imperative.
Okay. Yep, we're also live on YouTube and different X accounts. Cool. Welcome to Sui Builders, everybody. Get comfortable. Start thinking about Sui. We're focused on Sui today, as usual. And I guess we can start by looking at the market, right? What's going on in the market? Oh, no. Oh. So it's another bad market day. We are unfortunately seeing a couple of these recently. What we got? Bitcoin down to 108,000 from, it did hit all-time high of 125,000 about a week and a half ago, but since then it's been bleeding and continuing to dip. Will it retest 100,000 or will it bounce? That's the question. As always, what Bitcoin does depends on, whatever it does, the rest does. And we're not looking too great at the moment. But if you zoom out to all-time max, we look fantastic, right? We look absolutely fantastic if we zoom out. But yeah, so it's just a question of being patient, I think. Coming then into the Sui ecosystem, we can see that today Sui is down 5.8%, unfortunately, this general market thing. And Sui all-time is we're still not getting anywhere close to where we were last October and January. So we're still kind of in that $2 to $3 range, not even in $4 anymore. So it has dipped into $2.52 today for Sui, but things are always looking great for Sui in tech-wise and adoption-wise. So I think, as usual, it's just a matter of time. Holding Sui, some people might be feeling impatient about it because it's not rocketing like many thought it was going to rocket, but it's still bullish. We're still bullish. Is that right, everyone?
Definitely super bullish.
Yeah.
There's going to be the rate cuts for sure. And pretty much all the analysts say that this cycle is not the same as the last ones, but it's still going to come for alt season. And especially for Sui, because of the technology that they're bringing to the table and how much adoption that companies are realizing they can get value out of by using Walrus storage layer. And there's a lot of metrics, like Eisenhower's been posting daily about new wallets, about influx of stable coins, all these other metrics that really matter besides the chart. So it's been nice to see his post daily. He's very bullish on the network and he has receipts.
Yep. This is
true.
true.
I've seen a lot of the volume is very high on Sui, and then SEX volume, CEX volume's high, and then new user adoption is looking pretty good as well. So those are all definite things you want to have.
Exactly. And we're definitely not in denial. There's no denial here. This is all facts. we're bullish. This is it.
And then there is a connection too that I've seen. So recently Sui partnered with Google for that payment processing system. And they've also been talking about AI agents. They just talked about that at Sui Fest. And there is Talus, the AI agent project. They're doing basically like a prompt engineer to prompt an AI to battle another AI. And it has to do with prediction markets. And they're also partnered with Swarm Network, another huge AI agent project on the network. And the last thing Yannick said on the space, I was with him, was that everything that's going on with prediction markets and all that, they're a part of the loop. So it seems like it's all coming together.
Yeah. Let me smash through some Sui news that I found, and then we'll get into some introductions of who's here today and what's happening. So yesterday, Sui-based Typist Finance suffered a $3.4 million hack. Typist Finance, which I've never used personally, is a DeFi platform on Sui, and it had an Oracle vulnerability with authority checks was identified as the cause. So that is one reason also why Sui took a bit of a bunt. But it's keeping key support amid growth, apparently, from news yesterday. It still holds $2.63, but now it's 53 because of rising on-chain activity and notable ecosystem growth. More news about Typist because it suspended its contracts. It's Sui hosts SEC registered yield token launch. It's a SEC registered YLDS token on Sui blockchain. This enhances Sui's role as a regulated asset tokenized platform. What is YLDS? Yield liquidity did something service? I'm not sure. But anyone know what YLDS means? No one use AI. If you don't know, you don't know. Yeah. YLDS. But anyway, moving on. Hydra Network advances AI on Sui. I think that's what Furley was talking about. Hydra Network and D-Agent AI collaborate to merge to centralize compute autonomous agents on Sui. Figure deploys a YLDS token on Sui, so another one. SEC registered YLDS token launches on Sui, another one. Wow, they're really going for it. Scallop SCA token lockup exceeds 50 million scallops, so it's good. Scallop's doing well, and Scallop is one of the foundations. And 7 days ago, Walrus, Binance's 50th hodler airdrop introduces a Walrus airdrop, a data-focused developer platform. Walrus is built on Sui. It's awesome. Features strong privacy, scalability, and decentralized storage. And Sui's TVL reaches a record $2.6 billion overall. So that's the kind of the top news for CoinGecko.
So Richie,
overall. Yes.
The YLDS is a yield-bearing stablecoin security token launched by Figure Markets. It is registered with the US SEC.
So it's a stablecoin.
And yeah.
Oh.
And it is on the Sui blockchain.
Okay, another stablecoin. And it's pronounced YLDS. Is what I
And
heard.
if this is the one that Adani was talking about, they're going to buy Sui coin with the incentives from it. I'm not sure how it all works, but they're basically trying to counteract anybody that talking about the monthly unlocks, because it's really not a factor at all. Okay. And it's more bullish than anything.
One thing I wanted to mention about with news is that I've noticed that Miston Labs and the Sui Network Foundation has been doing a lot of outreach and X Spaces, kind of talking to the community a bit more. I know, DGen, you had a chance to speak to Adanii in a Spaces, and it seems like they're being more willing to look at maybe some of the more organic, smaller builders on the network. How was your experience when you got to speak with him?
That was amazing. I've been able to speak with him before many times, but never about pitching a project, because I didn't want to pitch a meme coin. But now that the farm is about ready and we're getting towards the finish line, and that was the whole purpose of the space he was having, was because it was after the Sui Fest. So he was reaching out to the community, and there was other people speaking. And I could sense that he was kind of disappointed with what he was hearing. He's like, I want to hear something different, get something excited, use our technology, have something unique. And I got to speak at the very end, and I did record it, but not my microphone, but I will be able to merge the whole thing soon. And I told him about the Sui Trump coin, that we've been around for a year. Tomorrow will be the birthday.
Oh, really? Fuck.
And
forgot about that.
Yeah.
Have to do
Happy anniversary. Happy Trump anniversary.
And I said, we've been around for a year. The developer's, a 5-year YouTuber. And he was like, interesting. That's, he got more interested. And then I was like, and for the past 10 months, he's been building a farm called Sui Dex. We're going to do a yield farm and a decentralized exchange. And he was like, and he's like, okay, that's what I'm talking about, everybody. This is what I mean about doing something unique. He was like, kind of getting excited about what I was saying. Like, this is what, people should be doing. And he's like, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy it. And then as soon as I said the victory token locker pays out in Sui coin, he's like, oh, I'm sold. Even more reason to buy it. He said, send me the ticker, send me Richie's information. I want to know about this project. and I have sent it to him, but I'm sure he's very busy, but he will take a closer look at it eventually. I'll make sure that I have other avenues to contact him, but he was super bullish on it. It's really cool.
It's good because I do think that it is, from personal experience, I do think it is quite hard to get a stream or a pathway to talk to people who are in the upper tier of the Sui ecosystem. When I first joined Sui, it was my impression that it was going to be quite easy to get through to these people, but it's quite gate-kept. And I know this is because you can't verify every single person on Sui is trustworthy. You kind of need to show that you are an honorable person and an educated person before, I guess, they want to allow you into that inner circle. But even in terms of developing, like from building, we've had a big struggle trying to get even simply enough test Sui token, because it's very hard to get in touch with developers who are willing to give you a lot of test Sui token, which is really crazy in my opinion. It should be one of these things, because if you use their faucet or their CLI, you can get 1 or 2 Sui tokens a day. But if you want to test en masse, you need hundreds of thousands of test Sui token, right? And a test token has no value, but it seems like they are really stingy with giving it out to people. Even getting into the Sui Discord and ask, like, I told them 3 times what I needed, no replies. So it is a little bit tough for new developers to get there on Sui if they don't have an in with someone who already is, on the inside, is something.
Well, he, like you said about, trusted people, because I've been present in every space I possibly can where he's been on it. He definitely knows who I am, and I've been, it's been a whole year now. I've been 100% Sui Network, and I told him, I even said, we had 2 audits from Hack and Proof because Sui Network themselves has a perpetual bug bounty on Hack and Proof on the Sui Network, also on Hack and Proof. They use Hack and Proof themselves. So that also was like, okay, because I kept mentioning many, things that only somebody that's, actually paying attention would know about. And, he was super bullish. He even interrupted the host, like, hold on, I want you to send me that information. Let me know, send me a DM, send me the ticker, send me the information. So I'm definitely going to get that to him. And, he said he wants to help, because he told the last person, if you're not getting help, then you're not looking in the right place.
True.
Because it's available. So I'm like, I wrote down everything he was talking about, and I'm going to go through those avenues.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to be persistently annoying to get what you want in crypto.
Yeah, I know exactly what to do, but I told him specifically, I said, the reason we haven't contacted you yet is because it's not live. I said, as soon as it's live, I'll make sure to contact you fully with the whole thing.
Yeah.
But
so anyways, I think it's a bit of a double-edged sword for them it's their baby, Missing Lab's baby. So they want to protect it. They want to make sure everyone involved is doing the right thing. And it's tough to open it up to new people. But at the same time, when you want the network to grow, you have to trust people and put things out there as well. And I've just seen them kind of noticing that, we need to onboard more people, and they want builders on there. So I think they're just trying to balance all of that. And I do really think the Hack and Proof, the legitimacy of Hack and Proof really went a long way to being a little worm in the upper echelon's ear. That being involved with Hack and Proof has gone a long way for legitimacy.
Yeah.
That reminds me too, Denny, is that I mentioned that you started your career and had the majority of your success on YouTube doing actual yield farming on PancakeSwap and SushiSwap. And so that's why you are experienced with yield farms before the Sui network even existed. And that also, I could tell, piqued his interest. And okay, we have an OG crypto, because there's probably like 50% of the community in Sui network. They tell me this is the first cryptocurrency blockchain they've ever used. It has a huge amount of new users. It's very shocking to me how many people, this is their first chain they've ever used. So it's not as common for people to have as much experience in crypto like we have.
So let's get into some introductions before we get too heavy into the space. So today, the host with the most, we have Mr. Wise Degen, or you'll see him as Mr. Furley over on Telegram. He has multiple personality disorder. So how are you doing today, Wise Degen, and what's on your mind?
I'm doing great. I have recently got a full tech stack because I'm very much into AI. That's kind of why I have multiple personas, because I have AI personas that I can be, in different places, because I most recently got bilateral fiber optic internet, which I can stream a lot easier. And I got a computer with a dedicated GPU, so I can make different face overlays on TikTok. So I can make like a Sui Trump or an Aquashock or for any project. And that means that the holders themselves can make videos using the same face overlay because it's built into the TikTok program. So I'm going to start making those. I'm super bullish on Sui and Sui Trump and Sui Dex, of course. And I'm a big computer nerd. I'm into AI, and I make videos and music videos and everything. And I use a large language model like ChatGPT, like a second brain. It's like I go through everything as a way to organize everything I'm doing, and it's very useful if you use it correctly. So that's me. I'm turning into an AI, and I'm super bullish. So that's
Good.
me.
And we also have a co-host, Aquashock, or Dunny. Dunny is the developer of the token Aquashock, which you can find on Sui Network. And how are you doing today, Dunny?
I am great, Richie, Crypto Mischief. Yep, my name is Shane Dunlop Dunny. I am the developer project lead of a token called Aquashock on Sui. We are just coming up to almost being 7 months old now, which is excellent. I started the project to be a great place for people to come and experience the Sui network in a safe, good environment. Myself and Crypto Mischief Richie were one of the few doxed devs on the network, so it's good to put our names and faces and reputations out there as a trustworthy thing. Just all about being a good, trusted token with integrity, and then building along with the network, because we are all very early on Sui, and we want to make our mark. So Aquashock is the underground king of Sui. Yesterday, I was out hiking to the top of a mountain and looking over the ocean and just manifesting some good vibes for Sui and for Aquashock. And the best thing we have going for us right now is our good connections that we've made in the network with the fellow co-hosts that we have here now. And we've built a nice little friendship and family that we're going to continue to grow and evolve. We also have a NFT raffle right now, our second one, which is a good basic 50-50 raffle. So it's 5 Sui to mint. You get a cool animated NFT, and then we're going to pick one winner. The one winner is going to get 50 Sui, and then 50 Sui is going to go to the project to benefit the project, doing marketing and helping people with some rewards for rating and maybe doing some coin buybacks and stuff like that. So when you mint one, you get a cool NFT, you help the project, and you have a chance to win the grand prize as well. So everyone's invited to join Aquashock if you're looking for a good solid home-cooked organic meal. We don't do a ton of BS promises, a ton of vaporware promises. Just started the project to kind of be done with all of that and to have something good and wholesome and cooked. And we're happy to be here and co-hosting with all the great people here today. So thank you.
Where to find the
NFT? Where to mint?
The NFT's on Tradeport. I'll post it right now on the Jumbotron and in the comments. Let me do that.
Nice.
Yeah, I should have said, both Richie and Dunny are good friends of mine. I've known Richie for 5 years. I was one of his first subscribers to his channel, although I was just a viewer back then. But I've seen nothing but pure integrity from the guy, and that's why I've been following him and got into his private Telegram. And when he talked about making Sui Trump on the private Telegram, I was all over it. That's how I started on the network a year ago. And then Dunny came on one of our spaces about 7 months ago, 8 months ago. It was one of these Thursday spaces actually where we met Dunny, and he's a great guy. And yeah, like Dunny said, they're both fully doxxed with their faces, their names, everything. And I've given all my personal information to Richie personally, kind of a dox by proxy. But Dunny is a really good friend of mine. He's probably the only person I've ever met online that I would consider an actual good friend, that we've had many talks before. So he's definitely a very good person. And both of these guys have excellent projects that I trust 100%. So they have my full backing.
Oh, good. And my name's Richie.
Master Richie, what are you all about?
So my name's Richie. You can find me on YouTube or Telegram. Usually go under Crypto Mischief. So I'm also building on Sui. We have a token called Sui Trump, which has been apparently around for 1 year. It's our 1 year anniversary of launching that token tomorrow, which I had no idea about. We're gonna have to plan a birthday party now. So yeah, I've been running Sui Trump for almost 1 year, 1 day shy of 1 year. The whole point of Sui Trump was to prove that someone could run a meme coin, generally whatever it's called, because I find Trump quite entertaining. I like that he's pro crypto. I wouldn't say I'm a MAGA or anything. We made a coin on Sui because we wanted to prove a point that you can hold the line and lead from the front without scamming your followers or extracting value. Instead, building value, making sacrifices, and growing the community was kind of the main purpose behind Sui Trump. Is continue to show that all-time high of around about $2 million now. We're sitting around about the 1 million market cap at the moment. We are top 10 meme on Sui, which is great. I think at our best we got to about top 5, which is unbelievable success for us. Our community is predominantly actually not from Sui. I would say we're building more relationships and a larger following with people who are 100% committed to Sui, but we are onboarding continuously people from different networks to come to Sui, because I myself have been around in DeFi since 2020, possibly 19, about 20, when Pancake Swap and Sushi Swap and all of this and Uniswap first came out, was when I really got attracted to DeFi. So I've been across all chains. I've spent years on Binance Smart Chain, on Phantom, on Solana, on Ethereum, all over the place generally, on Tron even. So when I realized what was happening on Sui, I've kind of gone all in over here, because it's been over a year now of being all in with Sui, because I just love the object model and I love how fast it is. I love how easy it is to onboard other people to Sui. And I think it's going to be, for this next cycle coming, it's definitely going to be one of the most bullish narratives that's coming. But because of that, a lot of our holders and people who are interested in Sui through what I'm doing and what we're doing as a team is actually onboarding new people from other networks into Sui, which is exactly what they need. So I'm very happy that it's going like this. For Sui Trump, we also have Sui Dex, which is a project at suidex.org. You will not be able to buy this token yet because it's not out yet. So this is going to be launched extremely soon. We've gone through 3 audits now with Sui Dex. We've been building it since last February. It is a trading DEX and yield farm on Sui Network. If you're interested, on my YouTube channel, Crypto Mischief, I've put up a playlist called Sui Dex Strategies, where we go through every single easy to the more complex areas of the yield farm and exactly how it works and how the DEX works. So if you have not much knowledge about how to yield farm, then that's definitely aimed at people like yourself. The first 5 episodes are up, and the next one will be the last episode, which will be covering the basics of it. And then from there, we're going to go into more advanced strategies as well for Sui Dex. But that's what I'm all about, really. We're just here, we're building, always about community, trying to not let anyone behind, If you have any questions or are interested in Sui, then definitely hit me up. You can find all my information quite easily available. I don't really answer DMs on X. I'm more of a Telegram guy. So you'd have to find me in either the Sui Trump Telegram or the Sui Dex Telegram, which you can find on our websites.
And about me, I am all about multi social networking platforms. I'm trying to have a presence on literally every single one there is. And I'm obviously dedicated first to Sui Trump and Sui Dex, and also definitely the Sui network as a whole as my main network I work with. I am the top 1% poster and commenter on the Sui subreddit. There's a Sui Trump subreddit. I just passed 1,000 followers on TikTok, which I'm having a lot of fun with. There's a lot more freedom there to do what you like to do. We have a Discord now for Sui Trump and Sui Dex.
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not, I prefer Telegram, but there's a huge amount of people that just prefer Discord. So we made one, and we are everywhere. And of course, Richie has YouTube covered. He has a account with 30,000 subs, basically KOL status for YouTube.
Yeah, but YouTube sucks now, so it's just gone down the hole. Like I don't know what's wrong with YouTube this past 6 months.
That's changed. That changed recently because they were just sued by Donald Trump. The guy that we're doing a coin about, and they're changing their ways. They're releasing their strictness, and they even admitted that they were manipulated into censoring content, and they're going to stop doing that now. So I believe that YouTube is going to change, and there's still so many people that rely on YouTube for cryptocurrency information.
I know it's the AI slop, which is really disheartening me about the entire YouTube experience these days. Just especially the videos where you think it's just a general video by a content creator, you click on it, you're like, oh, that's an AI voice. Oh, it's AI video. This is
those freaking AI voices, man. That guy and that, it's like, it just turns me off right away.
Yeah, exactly.
They're doing something about that too, because if you don't label it, they'll take your video down. It has to be labeled as AI produced content, or they will remove it. That's another thing that YouTube's going to be implementing harder as well, for the same reason. Yeah. So don't give up on YouTube. I think they're going to do the right thing, because if not, they're going to lose all their business to X. Everyone's going to go to X.
Yeah, maybe. Or something else. Something else might pop up as well. Who knows? But
yeah, TikTok's getting pretty popular, but besides that, like Rumble kind of has a little bit going for it, but for video streaming, like I don't really see much else taking over YouTube.
Yeah.
Just wait till Walrus comes out with on-chain YouTube streaming type thing. I think that'll happen one day.
That'd be cool.
They talk about being everything of things. I mean,
oh shit. Lost the stream. I'll go back. Da-da-da. Sorry guys, I clicked on the wrong thing. I went off the stream. Let's go back in. No, it's not that one. That's myself. Da-da-da. Where'd I go? Oh, here I go.
Not to the developer, and that was
tactics available through SuiDex. I'm excited to hear Richie go through them and kind of talk about them. The content on all of the tutorial videos is really easy to comprehend. Richie is really good at being he's very high-minded, but he's also very good at just being a layman and explaining things in a way that's like easily understandable for people, which I really appreciate. So I was kind of just smoking a J and watching some tutorial videos late last night, and it was all absorbing and going in. There's also visual graphs that he's made up. There's audio tutorials. He's kind of gone out of the way to accommodate like different learning styles for people to learn about the meta tactics that are going to be very important. So I'm kind of well educated now, and I'm just really excited for the launch.
Yeah, I'm going to post the playlist link. So yeah, the way I've approached the SuiDex strategies is that we have our docs page, which you can find. It's linked at suidex.org at the bottom left. I'm going to make it more apparent actually at the top, I think. Along with that, you can also find on YouTube, which is linked in the docs, or going to be linked in the docs, are videos in a playlist which go through the most important, simplest to the most complex parts about SuiDex. Like I said, we have one more video which would be covering the basics. So they go through how to swap, essentially, because if you're brand new to crypto, you might not even be sure how to swap on SuiDex. We do have one function called multi-hop, which is a bit different to other dexes, so you can learn about how that works. Then about how to remove and add liquidity, which is key for yield farming, and the risks and bullishness and things you need to know about adding and removing liquidity. Each episode's about 6 minutes, but the last two are 10 minutes because they're a bit deeper. The next one's about how to open a pool on SuiDex. If you do have a token and you're thinking, oh, I really want to get a reward pool on SuiDex, the best way, in my opinion, would be to start a pool and then attract some liquidity so that we can be like, oh, okay, this community is bullish, right? These guys are great. We should give them a pool, a reward pool, because that's how we got verified on Cetus, right? Just from getting the community involved. So how to open a pool, which involves setting the ratio for your tokens so that it's the same price as other places. I show you how to do that. Then we talk about the victory token, which is our reward token, which is coming out very soon. And that is a pretty important video for people to understand what the token is, what you can do with it, and how you earn it, and also how it's emitted, what's its circulating supply, how does it inflate, and where do the rewards go? Because it's quite complex the way I've coded this. There are two very unique aspects of how victory token is actually emitted out of the farm to people supplying liquidity. And the last video I did was yield farm basics, which I spent some time explaining exactly which coins are going to be given reward pools for the launch of SuiDex. And that's probably the most important video for someone who is looking forward to the launch, because you want to know what to buy to earn with, to earn with SuiDex. So I've told you all what they are. The last basic video, which will be coming out this weekend, is about the victory token locker, and it explains how the Sui rewards work, because this is another unique part of SuiDex. You can actually earn Sui from using SuiDex, and you can earn victory as well. And I go through how exactly that works in our platform. That video will be coming out this weekend, and that will be the last of the base ones. Then after that, we're going to be going into the advanced strategies, which are a lot deeper, a lot more bullish. You can find them in the docs written, but a lot of people want video tutorials and exactly what to do. So I'll be doing that. I'll be going through each one and showing how to use these advanced loop strategies to, in a way, make an infinite money machine out of SuiDex. Is what the way I've programmed SuiDex, that this is possible. You can make infinitely endless yield if you do use it in the right way. So that's
the AI calls it a flywheel.
Yeah,
the flywheel approach.
Flywheel, yeah. The flywheel is strong.
What I like is really cool. My strat is I'm going to get in early. I'm going to create some good pairings that are available on there. And then you're going to maximize collecting victory token. Earlier is better, because at the start it's bootstrapped. You get the maximum amount of victory early. So I'm going to like attack that early. I'm going to lock those victory tokens into the locker, and then I'm going to kick back and I'm going to collect my Sui, and I don't have to sell my victory tokens. I don't have to sell anything out of my liquidity pools that I'm collecting victory tokens in, and I can just sit back, collect my Sui, and then I'm going to cash out that Sui whenever I want to, or I can reinvest it in to make compounding interest as I earn, and as the value of the TVL of SuiDex increases, I can do like compounding investment strategy, or I can just cash out that Sui and stick it in my pocket without having to sell my initial tokens that I'm collecting. So I can keep my principal and then just be cashing out on the side. And that worked really good on BNB and PancakeSwap. And so there's a proven track record of things like this working in the past, and we've improved upon it. Richie's improved upon it, and it's going to work really good here too.
That's a great strategy, because we offer this wide range of pools that people can enter to earn victory. There's lots of strategies you can do. Because like we were saying, set up the pools that you want. If we go through the pools that we'll be launching with, I'll just note them. So we'll have victory with USDC and victory with Sui. So these will be the highest emission pools because it's the native token. And behind them, number 3, which almost has just as high an allocation, it's just a couple percentage points lower, is Sui, Trump, and Sui. So these are the top 3 high-paying pools. We then have blue chip pools, which will be USDC, USDT. So that's 2 stable coins in a liquidity pair, which will generally always be $1, which makes an excellent place to park profit inside a Sui DEX, because you know that they're not going to hit any impermanent loss. Say you're saying, okay, I just want to put my dollars in and I want to know that I'm going to get my dollars back out. That's a great place to put. We also have 2 other ones similar to that. We have Rat Bitcoin with X Bitcoin. Both of these are priced at the price of Bitcoin. Rat Bitcoin is Rat Bitcoin bridged into Sui. So it's bridging from Ethereum into Sui. It's priced at the same price as Bitcoin. X Bitcoin is a Bitcoin-backed Bitcoin by OKX. So they're both priced at 1 Bitcoin. So essentially, you're then pairing up two BTC, farming with the value of BTC and the strength of BTC to get quite high yield. We also have Sui and Stake Sui, which are 2 Sui tokens. So Sui, of course, is the native token of Sui Network. ST Sui is the Sui-backed Sui from AlphaFi, which is also priced historically at the same price of Sui. So you're going to be able to there park your profit. So you can decide, oh, I want to park my profit in USDC. You can use the liquidity pools for that. You can use Sui as hold your profit as Sui coin. If you're bullish on that, you can hold it in that liquidity pool, or XBTC, Rat BTC, you can hold it there. We also have a Walrus with Sui. If you're just a full on, I'm a Sui guy and I think that Sui is going to go at the moon, of course, Walrus will go up with it. So that's why we are choosing Walrus as one of the coins to get reward pool. I'm really bullish on Walrus. It's had some pretty shaky price performance, but it's definitely, when Sui starts motoring and going up, Walrus will go up with it. This is always...
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
That's my favorite besides the Sui coin for sure as well, because it went, when the flash liquidations happened, it went down to 18 cents. I went in big on Walrus. I went in big time on Walrus because, yeah, it was hovering. It was a stable like 48 cents. It's had an all-time high, I think 75 cents.
Yeah.
It flipped pancake. It flipped cake on the top 100 for a while. It was like number 44 or something like that.
That's a lot of people are holding Walrus, and the airdrops and the other sites aren't maybe like too crazy. So if you're holding Walrus, SuiDex is going to be a good play to make your Walrus swim for you.
You know what too is when you stake Walrus in their app, it's locked up for like two or 3 weeks at a time, and then like, you know, if you want to get it out, it takes like a couple weeks. So you can't really move with it very well.
Mm-hmm.
And with the farms and the liquidity, you know, you can make use of that if you need it.
Yeah,
because I don't really like having my coins locked up, and they don't even tell you exactly when they're going to be available because it goes by an epoch, which isn't really a time. It's kind of like when a certain amount of things happen. It is kind of on a schedule, but it's a little confusing. So,
and then
I would much rather put it in the Sui DEX in the farm than in the actual wall app.
Yeah, at the moment mine are staked. The airdrops, you never know when they're going to come, and you never know how much they're going to be, which is quite fun actually. I like how there's no BS.
Yeah, until the farm comes, definitely stake those in the Walrus app. You don't want to miss those airdrops. There is more coming.
I think so.
Is that all the blue chip ones?
That's the blue chip ones, yeah. So USDC and Sui, I forgot that one. That's also a big one, right? Sui with USDC, that's going to have high yield. So that's actually the 4th highest allocation will be USDC and Sui because it's standard, right? So
yeah, because you want ones with high volume, right?
Exactly right. And then so Rat Bitcoin, X Bitcoin, test Sui, Sui and Stake Sui, USDC, USDT, and the Walrus and Sui. They would be blue chips. And then these are on launch, right? And on launch for meme coins, because of course meme coins are important to Sui Network and to us because we have our own meme coin as well. We will have Aquashock and Sui. Aquashock would be Mr. Dunny's token. That will have a pool.
Let's go. Good micro cap. It's gonna
exactly.
huge pump. So if you're looking for a good micro cap that's going to be involved with SweetX, scoop some shock.
Yeah. We have Toilet
Yeah,
with Sui. Toilet was recently CTO'd, which I'm still unsure about because I know that the Toilet intern is still part of the team, but it seems like they've expanded the team, so they called it a CTO. But definitely,
I think it looks better. I don't know what happened either, but I mean, Crypto Nira, she's
Yeah.
really taken charge there, and she's a big fan of Sui Trump and Sui Dex. And intern is also a fan of what we're doing, but he's been, crazy busy. But I am going to get a hold of him and talk to him personally because he's showing his actual face on his profile now. He's not even,
yeah,
masquerading as the intern. He's fully doxxed, and I think he would be a good person to have like on our team to speak on our behalf, like about the farm and stuff, because he's so good at doing spaces and talking. Like, if he's not pegged to toilet dust now, I think it would be good to have him, be more part of the Sui Dex and what we're doing, because he really is a good person. I've talked to him for hours and hours at a time, and he really is a good guy.
So the one thing about Toilet is that it is at very much all-time lows. When I first was buying into Toilet, it was $7 million market cap, and now it is $280,000 market cap. So it's come down away from its all-time highs. It was sitting around about 2 million to 1 million, but in the past 2 months, it has fallen down to under $300,000 market cap. This, of course, is not ideal, but I want to put it into Sui Dex because I still think it's got viral meme quality. And if you look at meme coins across the board in Sui, they've all fallen significantly from their all-time highs about 6 months ago. So it is
Majorly.
just a trend, and meme coins have.
That shock, we're doing pretty darn good.
Yeah, shock,
and Sweet Trump's doing pretty darn good too.
Yeah, but that's just I guess that's because we've been endlessly working on building this, right? But it's
Facts.
Yeah, but meme coins do have fixed supply, so it's not like it's inflating, which just means the value of the market cap's gone down because there are less people holding the coin. If we give, and I do like the memeability and virality of the Toilet team, that's why I want to put them in the farm, because if we can get them talking and educated about how they can their community can use Sui Dex, then I think it's going to be great for Toilet.
What's the biggest market cap token you're adding for the memes? That's Blub, yeah?
That'll be Blub. Initially, it's going to be Blub, who I do have a line through in communication with, which is good. So we're going to have a call quite soon. I'm going to be talking with Blub. I chose Blub because it's actually the meme which attracted me to Sui Network through. I can't remember who told me. I think it was Brett told me about Blub. And Blub the same. The chart for Blub looks exactly like Toilets. Actually, all-time high for Blub was $80 million market cap. All-time high for Blub. Currently sitting at 3.4 million. So even giant tokens that have got all the way to $80 million on Sui back almost a year ago are now sitting at $3 million. So the fall in market cap for Toilet is actually similar to what's been happening with other coins, but just it's and Blub still have their workable team, they still have their founders, they still have everything going for them. So that's why we
got 30x potential for both of those tokens. That's pretty sweet.
Exactly right. So that's why we went with Blub. In week 2, I'll be introducing 2 new coins with reward pools into Sui Dex. I know what they are, and I'm excited to unveil them as well when the time comes. So that's the tokens we're launching with. I know everyone keeps asking me, because I mentioned the last Sui Dex strategies video that I was going to give a launch date in my next video, but I did mean my next Sui Dex strategies video. And that is because I was planning on giving the launch date today, but last night we were testing Sui Dex, and we wanted to test one more thing to make sure, because we've been audited 3 times, right? So I was confident this was all going to work out fine. What we wanted to do was speed up the farm to run through, because we have a 3-year emission on Sui Dex, right? After 3 years, no more victory token is emitted, right? That's it. And what I wanted to test was, if we run to the end of 3 years, what happens, right? What happens to people's claimable victory? What happens to the funds which are locked in the pools? You know, do we have a gracious stop to the platform where everything just ends and then everyone can claim out their things? So we sped it up. We ran it 3 years at like 1 week was about half an hour, and we just went through the whole 3-year thing. And by the end of it, when emissions finally ended, we came, okay, now let's pull all the liquidity and capital out of the farm. Locked, everything locked. Couldn't believe it, right? So if we'd have just launched with this current iteration of code, when it got to the end of 3 years, anything left in Sui DEX would never have been able to be taken out again, right? Which is a disaster. So we've already fixed it. It's been patched, so we're testing it today, again, on another sped up one. Need to check that, and once that's done, I'll be announcing the launch date. So do expect a launch date to be announced this weekend. I will be giving you a launch time this weekend for when we will be opening the doors. But this is a testament to you can audit and audit with endless amounts of tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 auditors. But at the end of the day, a lot of the safety and security is on your own shoulders for testing every single possible way that something can go wrong with the contract. So I'm really happy that we decided to run that test, because if we hadn't, we would have known nothing about it until 3 years later, when suddenly huge issues would have come across. But
that's definitely major, but still, I mean, I believe the bounty hunters and the bug hunters, they're looking for stuff where actually things can be exploited. You know, coins can get stolen, like what happened with Cetus. That's not going to happen. You know, we're being extra careful, but there was definitely no possibility of, like, you know, losing coins or being exploited.
Well, they
like that, losing money.
Basically, because the last audit we did with Hack and Proof was for critical bugs, which was number one, exploited funds pulled out the platform from hackers, and number two, locked into the contract because of contract error, right? So, and we got 20 submissions from that, and none of them, I would say, were valid, because we checked every one of them. But then finally, when we start doing our own testing just for pre-launch, like, okay, let's just tick off these really important things. You know, we found one, which is quite interesting. And it is, I'm not saying anything against the participants of the, you know, of the auditing, but what I'm saying is that, you know, look at what we saw with, what was it, Typus, exploited for 35 million just 2 or 3 days ago, right? It's on the team just as much as the auditors to continue to check ongoing audits, ongoing checking of contracts to make sure that everything is as safe as it can ever possibly be.
That's just another example as why that's so important, and why it's important to let Richie do the work that he's doing, and let Richie double, triple check everything and not be hasty about it, because it happened 2 days ago. It's happened to Cetus. Exactly. So yeah, it's important to measure 6 times and cut once, instead of just being willy-nilly and then something going wrong down the road. So it's great that you're taking the time to ensure that.
Yeah, exactly. And so, but this weekend we will have a launch date coming, because like I said, we already patched it. It was a simple change actually to the code. It was basically just to say, okay, just change one line, and then suddenly, you know. So it's Sui move code is complex, and the processes can be are very different to EVM. But yeah, I'm so confident.
It's better than having to do a fork in 3 years and rebuilding everything and doing a fork down the line.
Oh my God. Yeah. So
yeah, and I just want to let everyone here know, you know, after we're done going over these things, everyone else will have a chance to speak about your projects, because I know I just got a ping from Goblins. You know, I'd love to hear from him.
I love Goblins, man.
Yeah, I got 4 of them.
I got the Mario one. I'm really happy with it.
There's a Donald Trump one that I wanted it with. He had the flicky tongue, but you know, I saw it a long time ago. I don't know who got that one. And then Aqua, you know, Sui Builders is here. Hopefully, they eventually want to say something. I'm you know, part of the Sui Builders, you know, the trio.
I can
planning on doing a lot more stuff with them.
Yeah.
No, we have plenty of time to go over. I just want to let everyone know that, like, there will be other stuff after what we're going over, because
I can wrap this
people
up in
definitely need to
5 minutes.
Hear about the farm.
Yeah, I can wrap up in 5 minutes. I got it all written down. So that's the most important thing there, that I will be announcing the last in the easy mode of Sui Deck strategies will be coming out this weekend, and in that video will be the launch date, and I'll be going through the token locker and how it works and how the Sui rewards work, right? The other things I want to talk about are for the private raise. I've decided that because we've taken longer than we imagined that it would take from the raise until the launch date for Sui decks, that I want to change how much victory people are getting on launch. Before it was going to be that 75% of the victory would be locked and 25% would be given liquid. But now what I want to do to show my understanding to people who have been very patient, and no one's been losing their minds or stressing us too much, but it has been a couple months longer than we expected it was going to take to launch. So we're going to instead give 50% of your pre-sale buy to you as an airdrop, and 50% will be locked instead. So you're going to get 25% more victory to use in the Sui Dex ecosystem as you wish, right? This is our way to show that we're very confident in this platform, and we're not in any way trying to punish anyone or hold anyone's funds or anything. So that's why we decided to give 25% more to people for the launch, which I think is
That's awesome. That provides a lot of options for people, and giving the power to the people and trust. I've seen, there's been some other projects. We know who they are. We won't mention any names that do, M drop, slow drip, convoluted drops, but you're giving the straight 50 to the people. Doesn't matter to me, because I'm going to be locking all my victories, and I'm going to be creating pairings with my victories, and I've got plans for those. But it's good to give people the option to get that on release, and that's a very clear and understandable way of doing it.
Yeah. So I'll be putting an announcement into the Telegram after this Spaces where I explain that, just so everyone's aware of it. So it means you'll have 50% of your private buy. So you can go in the locker, you can put it into LP, because of course Victory and Sui and Victory and USDC are going to have insane APRs as well. You can choose.
Actually, to think about it, that's really bullish news for people who aren't in the pre-sale.
Yeah,
that you're giving out more of the tokens on launch, so people are going to do what they're going to do with them. But then once they're done doing what they're going to do with them, the floor is going to be set, and it's going to be a better option for new investors and people that want to buy early. So that's really good news for new investors that aren't part of the private sale.
Yeah, and our sale price was $0.004, and the listing price is going to be 0.005. So also with that, it's usually for a private raise, people don't want to profit on something after they're going to get less than what they would have gotten, right? From going into it, because we're launching just 20% higher in terms of price value. Of course, there's going to be quite low liquidity on launch, where we didn't have a massive private raise. It's not millions of dollars going into liquidity, which gives the complete possibility for a huge moonshot in victory price on launch. The only place you're going to be able to buy it on launch is going to be on our decks. So I do expect huge volatility on launch day, and huge volume for the token. Because if you think about it, the launching liquidity is going to be about 140,000, I think, liquidity for the token on launch, which just means this potential for multiple.
There's a lot of people that want to buy the coin. They've been telling me a lot of people, because it sold out. And
13 minutes.
You had a cap on it, $100,000.
Yeah.
If that cap wasn't there, who knows? That would have probably went astronomical. Because
we didn't
13 minutes.
Yeah, that's the thing as well. We didn't need millions of dollars to build this. We needed it as much as we took into the private raise, and that's enabled us to audit, right, and launch with value for all the holders, and meaning that we've not tapped out the potential of buyers. If people miss the raise, I'm sure they're very interested, because they know that not that many, only 125 people got into the raise, right, and it was sold out in 13 minutes. So this is, and if you look at what we've done in the past, Sui Trump, what have we done? We've gone from $20,000 market cap at launch all the way up to $2 million market cap. That is almost 100x. So we have that history with the tokens we've been running.
It
Mr.
reached 1 million in the
100X.
first 10 days.
It did. And then it reached 2 million after the next 11 months. So we're continuing to build.
I really like that you mentioned that the public price is only going to be 20% higher than the pre-sale price. I know in the past, other ones, it can get crazy when the launch price is a lot higher than the pre-sale price, because then you got insiders and early investors that are more willing to flip. But I think that strikes a nice balance of rewarding early investment, but also creating a safe, stable floor on launch and giving the public a good, honest chance to get in early still.
Yeah. And it's
also the people that bought the coins in the pre-sale, probably like 80% or more are dedicated fans of Richie and what he's doing. They're not going to be selling. They're going to be, staking them. They're going to be
using it. Victory is a utility token,
I know.
The people that bought them are not going to be selling.
I mean, there
was a cap on wallets too, So I think there's a good dispersion of amount of people in that $100,000. I think the average buy was like $1,000. I know I'm in for 1,100 or so, I think that's pretty average, and I think there's a good dispersion, dilution of different wallets all holding that too. So it's looking really good and really stable.
Yeah, max
buy was 3,500.
3,500. Yeah. So that's and of course from our testing, right? So the APRs on launch, even if we take the launch price of Victory 0.005%, right? The APRs that we're seeing on launch, particularly in the Victory Sui pool and the Victory USDC pool, are tens of thousands of percent APR, and that's at 0.005, which is the launch price. Now, if people can see that they can get, say, 5,000 to 6,000% APR in the first, and we have a 4-week bootstrap phase for this, right? So this is 4 weeks of high yield coming on in SuiDex. We are going massive degenerate yield for the first 4 weeks, essentially, to attract as many liquidity providers as possible. And the highest paying pools are going to be the Victory pools. And of course, the Sui Trump pool quite just behind it, right? But Victory is not owned by that many people. Sui Trump is owned by lots of people, right? So the attraction to purchase this Victory, to get into these high yield pools, is going to be there. They're going to see the attraction of the APR. They're going to see the attraction of the buy power and volume of the token. So I do think it's going to be quite exciting day for Victory when we launch.
I do want to point something out too, for our listeners, in case, I'm sure not everyone here is aware of everything going on. This farm is for everybody on the Sui network.
Yes.
If you have a project that's doing well that you believe in, you are totally welcome to apply to create your own liquidity pair on the farm. We want people to join. So this is for everybody. It's not like we're here talking about something that's just for us. This is for the entire network.
Exactly. And all we need to do is get launched and then get running. And it's going to be, I can't wait, because just come over to our Discord, open a ticket, and tell us about your project. There's a couple of people here I know that want to get listed with reward pools, and definitely, we all know each other. And that's pretty much it for the updates. Other thing, Sui Trump's birthday tomorrow, so I guess we'll start some raids. I haven't been doing the raids with the Sui Trump ambassadors for a few weeks because I want to clean out all the bots, because we were getting heavily botted. It was insane. So I'll kick off the raids tomorrow for the birthday, maybe a raffle as well.
What's the burn? What's the burn in Sui Trump for SuiDex? Because that's a unique mechanism that only Sui Trump's going to have.
We didn't even notice that. We didn't even say that one time this whole space. I just realized that 40%.
Oh, I know, buddy. That's why I like to bring these things up. But it's really important to get some Sui Trump.
That's a huge thing. Yes.
What is that all about?
So from all of the farm fees for SuiDex, 40% is revenue share, which goes to Victory stakers in our single stake for Victory, right? So you're getting 40% of the business, essentially. You're owning 40% of SuiDex by staking your Victory into our locker system. That's 40%. And 40% of all fees for SuiDex are used to buy Sui Trump token and burn it. That is continuous ongoing volume and lowering circulating supply for Sui Trump. Sui Trump is a meme coin. It's got fixed supply. Victory is a reward token. It has a growing supply. It's gifted and rewarded to liquidity providers. So this also offers up a completely different aspect of Sui DEX, where you're dealing is a dual token ecosystem, essentially. One token being bought and burned by the economy of Sui DEX, and the other token offering incredible yield opportunity in Sui and its own token through Victory. So again, it's quite hard to plan and decide what you want to do on this day, because there are multiple options for how you can earn. You could speculate on the price of Sui Trump and hold it. You could think, no, I want
So all these pools, the blub pool, the shot
Yeah,
pool,
exactly.
the wall pool, they're all going to be burning Sui Trump.
Yeah, exactly. Every pool burns Sui Trump. Every action on Sui
Unreal.
DEX burns Sui Trump.
Good thing I got a liquidity pair with
And then another
Aquatalk and
thing
Sui
to
Trump.
point out
Yeah.
for any of random listeners, Richie is the developer of both Sui Trump and Sui DEX. He's the one and only developer, not a team of people. He is just him, the most honest developer in the world. He's like a unicorn of developers. How honest and integrity he has. So you really should look into it.
But I do have a team
He's fully
for
docked. He's been around 5 years. There's no mysterious cousin Jerry on the team that's gonna, go sideways. That seems to happen sometimes. It's one man that has the plan and the keys to the kingdom, and he's a well-known guy that's been around for 5+ years, which is like a billion lifetimes in crypto.
Yeah, because we do have a team for Sui DEX though. But in terms of who holds the keys, yeah, it's me. But we have, of course, YCGen. He is the COO for Sui DEX, the chief CCO, chief communication officer, and we have a team of our Move developer, Moshin, who coded the contracts for me, because I gave him the vision for what we want to build. I wasn't confident in my Move code skills to build such a big platform that's going to be holding yield and swapping, and there's so many aspects to it. So we got Moshin. Moshin actually just got into the finals of the Basecamp Hyperthon, which is a hackathon for base chain. So he's extremely talented on EVM. For about 1 year, he's been moving on to Sui Move. So this is his first Sui Move launch. So I'm really happy that he is also going to be with us long term, post launch, until continuing to work on Sui. So he's a very talented Move developer. We have backend guys who are working with Google Cloud to, of course, manage our backend data. We have front end UI designers who are working on making the DEX and the user experience as smooth as possible. We have Michael, who is working to organize all of these coders, essentially, to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing in the right direction. For our
Richie,
launch,
you
actually.
talked to two farm experts as advisors, right? Could you reiterate about that?
So we have two strategic advisors. One is AJ Brockman, who has been around the DeFi space for a long time. He first started with a project called EMP, which is on the Binance Smart Chain. It reached $50 million in TVL. Since then, he's moved into GameFi. He has a project called Honor versus Madness, which is about to launch, I believe. He also runs, works as part of Dex Finance, which is our second advisor, called Jake. Jake is a full stack coder, and he runs a construct yield system on base chain and Binance Smart Chain called DexFi, where they manage AI run construct liquidity pools. So he's also very clued up on yield. And they also just released another platform called Plasm on base chain as well. So they're very much clued up on yield, on how to earn on your crypto, how to either take low risk or high risk decisions to earn what you want and what you choose from crypto. So because of their experience, they've also been doing this for like 5 years. So they're very helpful, especially in the launch phase, because we need to make sure that everything's ticking nicely and that everything's signaling bullish. And what AJ has been talking to me a lot about is how to make people understand how to use the tools which we're giving them. We can't just launch and expect people to understand through osmosis how to use Sui DEX. Need to give all of the information and the strategies to people so they have the power
to me, that's the ace in the hole.
Yeah,
is that you have those tutorial videos, you're accessible. I don't see that happening with any other decks where they actually have video tutorials, a person like showing their face, instructional video, every single step that you take.
It's important
because that's why I started watching your videos, is because I didn't know how to farm, but I would just copy the things that you were doing and it would work. Because if not, I wouldn't have did it.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a good thing.
Yeah, that's all the updates. So main one is people want to know, wait for this weekend. I've got another Sui Deck Strategies video out, and we'll be giving the launch date. The launch date is coming this weekend. That will happen 100%.
This weekend launch date is coming. Confirmation alpha.
Yes, exactly.
And tomorrow is happy birthday, Sui Trump, 1 year in the network.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, now I'm thinking about what prize to give away. Okay, cool. So that's all the news.
And I've tallied about an estimation of the amount of money that you've given away over the past year.
Don't tell me.
Has definitely reached above $10,000 in USDC and Sui at this point, for sure. Not in Sui Trump, in USDC and Sui. So it's like,
Jesus.
Yeah, pretty generous guy, Richie.
Yeah, let's get some more speakers in. How about that? What do you think?
And also, I put on the Jumbotron Sui.io /BTCFi, because Sui is very involved with Bitcoin. Like 20% of the transactions going on Sui are related to Bitcoin.
That's interesting.
Open the gates. Let's go. We got Skel, we got Aqua, we got all kinds of good looking project. Blast Wheels. That's an interesting one I want to learn about too. Let's go. Let's open this up. SweetX coming soon. Get some Trump, get some Aqua Shock, and make sure you get some victory token early too. It's a good thing. It's a good community build. This is what we want. Let's go.
Glenn made it first. He's speaker. If you want to tell us about what you're doing, what you're bullish on, go for it. Love to hear about it.
Yeah, appreciate the airtime, fellas. How's everybody doing tonight?
Hey,
Wonderful.
welcome. Thanks for coming on up.
Yeah. So I've been in a few spaces. Wise DGen, seen you in there. Seen you in Denny spaces. I like the fact that you put Richie up there, talking to him and Sui Decks coming up. Highly interested in the Sui Decks thing. And as you guys know, I was trying to get a hold of Richie about this. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad I could hear from you, Richie. Yeah, it's good. I got to get in there, watch more of the YouTube videos. I want to do that. I'm going to do that. Once I seen the Sui,
you're from Scale Token, is that right? From your,
I am, yes.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm a team member there. Yep.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'll get into that in just a second. I'm really as soon as I seen the Sui Decks information out there, because I seen the videos. It was actually one of my whales that put me on it. They're like, hey, you need to go check this out. So here I am checking it out, right? Now the victory token I did not know about. I will definitely be an investor in that. I like this pairing idea. I like the liquidity sharing. Definitely hype on that. But yeah, a little bit about Skel. So we're a little over 2 months old. Again, I am a team member. I got past experience. I was on the Solana chain first. I'm a transplant. Came over to Sui for a little bit, rocked with a couple coins. I didn't really make it. When I say rock with them, I was just kind of an investor. This is the first Sui coin that I am a team member of. I got guys on here that I've known. We got like an 8-man team. I've known most of them for going on 2 years now. And we were part of like it was almost reached 5 million, but it was it was definitely a $4 million coin that we kind of got screwed over on. And that's just kind of how Solana rolled, man. And I didn't really like it. So it took a little break. My guys were in over here on Skel. I came in, I invested, they touched 140 and then dropped, right? And usually it's a no-go for me if a coin drops more than 50%. I usually just don't touch it, but I spoke to Dave, man. Dave is a developer, a software dude out of the Netherlands, 25 years of doing so. Had a chat with him, and then I was like, you know what? Because I could see the potential. There's a reason why I put my money in it, right? I see the potential of this coin. So I was like, the hell with it, man. I talked to the guys. We grouped up, got on Dave, got in with Dave, and then next thing you know, we're the team. So we're rolling, man. we touched an all-time high of 360,000. And when I do mean touched, and then we dropped back down. I think we're sitting hovering around 100 now. 2 days prior, right before the market kind of dumped on everyone, we had a couple wallets pull out, unstake and pull out, which I thought was odd. It's funny is I'm always on Solana Spaces and all that. We're always trying to bridge the gap, right? We're always trying to bring fresh new money over. One to Sui. The first thing I always do is usually preach Sui first, right? Especially how low it's sitting currently. And then I go into our coin. That is the first, prerequisite for me even getting onto a stage. Now you guys are already Sui, so I didn't have to do that. Now what I
Glenn,
did
if
notice
you ever
though
need
is-
help with that, hit me up. I always love to go and talk about Sui Network to any Solana people or whatever. I know a lot about Sui Network, and I can explain how it's better in every single way possible. If you ever need help with that, I'm always down to go on a space and fight for Sui and tell people it's better.
Oh, brother, 100%, 100%. We
Good for
just
you
had
getting out of the good for you getting out of the echo chambers and crossing over and getting the good word out and spreading the gospel. I think that's so impressive and important to get out of our safety circle here on Sui and get some other people over. So good job.
Yeah, well, I know that, and I mean that's just business 101. I mean, there's just more volume, right? We want to bring more volume over here, and it kind of sucks. Is like I'm gonna run off on a small tangent here, but it's like I get into spaces and everybody just shits on meme coins. But it's funny is because the same guys invested in L1s, as soon as they lose their money, they come pop into meme coins, right? You could see the transition in X spaces. So I find it hilarious. And it's like all you need to do is find a good team, good project, and then fucking hold, right? So excuse my language, but that's just kind of the way it is. And so anyways, yeah, so we were at 360 and some big wallets dropped out. But it's funny is I did track those wallets back to back to Sui coins. Literally, I won't name those coins, but I thought that was kind of funny is that the Solana transplants came over and helped. But that is what it is, man. It's crypto. It's unfortunate. It just happened. So it's all good. We're gonna recover, and we know how to. This team has done it. When we came on the coin the market cap I think was like 23,000. And we touched 360 in just weeks time, right? And again, we're a little over 2 months, so I think we're doing good. A little bit about the coin itself again. So Dave developed a bot inside our TG as well as on the website. You could take your picture, you could take your picture, a profile, a PFP, whatever, run it through there, scalified it, and then we want to immortalize you, right, forever. We do want to be Sui's kind of energy thing, right? I'm talking about drinks, whatever. We got plans for days, but we got to get the plan in those. We do have a lot of plans. We're thinking about some NFT passes that we want to give out to our members to reward them back. We have about I think 12 other coins that we're partnered up with. One of these is Blast Wheel sitting right below me here. Awesome game that they're developing here, and I'm gonna hopefully Blast Wheels comes up and talks so he could preach about.
Well, Glenn, I don't know if you realize the connection is that I'm also part of Sui Builders, and your guys' coin is a partner of ours that we airdropped. So
Yes.
I have spoken with the developer a long time ago. I spoke with the developer, and he is definitely a good guy and very intelligent. So I can definitely vouch for that. Unfortunately, I try to get involved in as many projects as possible, but it's hard to I can't be invested in like 80 different projects, and unfortunately I didn't invest in big enough in that project, or I wish I would have, because it did better than the majority of the partners that we have so far.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, I don't want to come off like that. Like that's not. No, it's all good. Whether if you invest or not, whatever. I want to highlight our partners because I think that's what it's about, right? I mean, we're going up against juggernaut coins, and that's just the way it is. But we got a great group. I mean, literally, there's like 12 of them. We got Aqua, Blast Wheels, Little Man, Man Bear Pig, a whole bunch. And so I think it's kind of cool that we're kind of just coming together. What do we give? They like to call it goodie bags, right? So anybody that's new that comes over from a different ecosystem or just new to crypto in general, they'll get a few of these coins from each one of these partners, which I think is absolutely amazing. So yeah, we're going to be developing our own NFT passes. It's going to have utility built in, and then of course NFTs to follow after that. But that's tough. It's stiff competition, and we want to make sure that we're putting out quality. So the planning process is, I'm a big fan of, just do it right once. So it's going to take some time, but yeah, community's holding strong, even though the chart is what it is. But again, we're up to the challenge. We're in spaces all the time. Maybe not hosting our own, but we're in other people's spaces and doing exactly what I'm doing now. So as long as we're getting our word out there, slowly building. Again, we're only 2 months, right? So compared to most of the juggernaut coins that are here on Sui, we understand that we're infancy, right? And that's okay. We're ready for that. So yeah, no, it was a pleasure coming up and speaking here. I do appreciate it. Richie, it was good to hear from you, man. Definitely highly interested in Sui decks. Please keep your eyes open on Scale Sui here. Hopefully one day we can partner up or do whatever that looks like. Definitely going to be interested in perhaps building our liquidity pool or something like of that nature on that platform.
Yeah,
And
man,
then I
that's awesome.
personally will. Yeah.
Well,
appreciate
Glenn,
it.
Sui Trump is also a partner of the Sui Builders, and will be an airdrop of Sui Trump at one point, just like there was an airdrop from Scale from the Sui Builders NFT access pass that they have.
Yeah, that'll be coming as soon as
Yeah.
I launch, give the launch date for Suidex. I'll airdrop the first phase of the airdrop. But I just want to talk about Scale for a second. So while you were talking, Glenn, I was going through like how to buy. So I'm also on X with video. So I'm just going to show people how to buy Scale. So what you want to do is, I found the chart here on Deck Screener. You can find their website at scalesui.com, which is right here, right, guys. You can buy it on their website with connecting your wallet, but some people don't want to connect wallets or whatever. I understand. You can also find their pool on CETAs. So if you come to their chart, which is here, you can see it here. They have their largest liquidity in CETAs pool, right? So I would suggest buying where the liquidity is thickest, so you can get bigger buys. So if you come to Deck Screener, then you can easily find the CETAs pool, which then can bring you to CETAs. You paste in the address, and you can take, I'm going to put 100 Sui, and 100 Sui is going to get me 2.4 million Scale token, which I'll swap. And then because Sui is super fast, it's going to go through, and then I'm going to get me a bag of Scale token. Nice.
Sui worth, I'll send it to you after the space.
I'm your shopper. I'm a personal shopper.
Yeah. I'm
I'm
gonna
locked
say,
under in space.
I do want to say, gentlemen, we do have, I think we're over 30-something% locked tokens.
Nice.
We've locked a lot of that until the end of December. Of course, we are going to relock now. No financial advice. I don't want to sit here and peddle, and then people get in, and then you know what I mean? Because as
It's all good here, brother. We're
Yeah.
here. We're chill space. You chill
Yeah.
away. We know
Yeah,
you're a
yeah.
developer. I have a relationship. We're partners with you guys already. It's all good.
Okay, good. Yeah, no, Dave's awesome. He really is a bright dude. He doesn't really come up and talk too much, but hey, that's what he got me for. That's what he got Jeff down there for. That's what he got the team for, right? So as long as you got a good team, we give him time to do all the developing that he needs to do. So that's just the way we see it. Now we do have, I think we're at sitting 28% stake tokens as well. So we do have the ability to stake. So we're probably going to get that back up to 30% as well very soon too. So
is that with Moonbags or?
yeah, that's
They
on
launched,
Moonbag.
they launched on Moonbags.
Yeah, because that's the other thing you can do. I like to do this with the coins that I buy that are on Moonbags, because Moonbags have a really nice function where you can stake the tokens that you buy. You earn Sui from trading rewards while they're staked. Some of the rewards go up and down. If the token has high volume, then you're going to see more Sui come into your staked balance. It's single asset staked. So you can see, like for example, today, so Scale has had like 5K of volume, which means that from that 5K volume, then the Sui from that volume is going to be given to the token creator. So if you want to make a token on Moonbags, that's also cool, because it means you can earn from the volume of your token just from being the creator, which then you can use that for marketing, DEX listings, and these kind of things. So it is actually aimed towards giving the individual or the team a great way to launch a token, because you can earn from the launch, right? For your
Exactly.
project.
We actually use that for a paid to raid system.
Exactly,
So
right.
all the creator fees, we just pay all the guys that come in, want to raid. Whether you get quality or not, it's a different discussion, but at least it is giving back somewhat to a different community. Now the team members, I don't connect my wallet to do that. I'm a team member. It's just, I don't see that proper to do so. I'd rather let those fees go to the community as well as the other teammates. So,
Are you using
yeah,
Radar?
I believe so. I'm not
Yeah, they're
sure.
the best ones that have a good
Yeah.
relationship with that guy. He's actually starting his own project to help fix a lot of issues with the Telegram messages. Munes, he's the man. In case he's listening, he's a really good guy. And those pro bots that are specific to your project, they're really worth it because there's a lot more than just the rating rewards.
I really like to watch for tokens, how they act, after their initial price pump. And then you can really see what the team's made of and what's going on. And that's what makes me really bullish on a token. And I really like the energy and presence that Skell's brought. And they just keep continuing and working. So that makes me feel very confident that, and they're part of the Sui Builders team. So I know it's going to be like a long-term, good OG project. So yeah, Skell's awesome.
Hey, I forgot too. You said there's a place where we can go and scaleify our avatars. Where do we do that at? Can you put that on the Jumbotron?
Yeah, so literally, yeah, I could throw it up here in just a second. I got to get the link. So hopefully, I think it's on my page.
If it's on your page, I could do it for you. If it's like at the top.
Yeah, I
somewhere.
believe so. We should have the because literally you just go to our Telegram, and again, take any photo, any PFP that you want. You go to the attachment and then just type /Skelify, so SKELIFY. It'll take maybe a minute or two, and then there you go, get dished out, and now you're skelified and immortalized forever. Love it.
Yeah, that's cool. I
It's
definitely
actually
want to
kind
do
of
that.
fun. It's so cool to kind of see how all the individual ones come out because they're always slightly different, because it really doesn't change your PFP. Like mine's El Capone, right? And if you guys don't know, that's an old school like American gangster dude. 1930s prohibition days. Thank you. All right. But yeah, anything that you want. Like I skelified my dog the other day or whatever. So it's just fun. It's just fun to do, right? But yeah, hey, again, guys,
yeah, brother.
but hey, I do appreciate the airtime. Anytime that Sui can get on and fill the coin and do all that and help build Sui, man, we're all about it. So appreciate you guys and
one moment.
pick somebody else up.
One moment.
We got a tag team. We got a tag team of scale guys
there you
here.
go,
What's
Jeff.
up, my name?
What's up, homies? Hey, in the chat, I'm gonna put the link to our Telegram page and the instructions on how to skelify an image for you guys.
Dope.
I just wanted to pop in and say I'll put it down in the comments for you.
You can put it on the Jumbotron in the comments wherever you want, bro. No problem.
No problem. We'll do.
Appreciate you, Jeff.
Yep, no worries, guys.
So I'm just I just put my scale in Moonbags, so you can go to moonbags.io once you bought your scale. If you just go to the staking page, you can see they're near the top actually because they've got higher volume than other coins on Moonbags. Then you can find it there. Put 2 million tokens, so almost all the tokens I bought, put them into staking. That's going to earn me Sui rewards just to show other people. Like, so you look down this is my Crypto Mischief wallet, right? It's public. It's a Sui NS wallet. It's where I buy most of the meme coins that I own. Just so people understand, like here we have Liquidity. I have 35 million Liquidity tokens staked here. They've been staked since launch. Here I have Boombots. I have Boombots still holding, staking. These are all projects I've covered in the past. Here's Alpha On Sui. I have 13 million tokens staked inside of Aqua. I leave these here because it's all about giving projects on Sui time to do what they're going to do, right? To build their communities, build holders, and get more bullish, right? And if you got to hold it, you got to be patient, You'll see all-time highs and then you'll see a dip down. But if the project's strong and the community's there, then they'll just continue to grow more people. And as a holder, if you just stake in Moonbags, that's you giving a great solid floor for the developers to continue to work on the project, continue to onboard more people and to get new buys, new holders. And then you'll see that price go up. You'll get the volume for it. Then eventually at some point you'll be like, holy shit, like this token I've just been patiently holding. I've been given Sui for staking it. And now it's really going to run. That's my attitude to it, man. Like, gotta be patient.
Exactly. I mean, that's the time frames that we've been putting out, like with Sui Trump. People are really starting to realize, like, wow, a whole year It's never had any drama, no funny business, no sales from the developer, just unheard of. People are starting to realize that, and
I think Skell can run on Halloween as well, man.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
no, no. I got to stop that. No.
No,
Okay.
no.
I don't want to
Halloween?
be associated because then we're just a fad, right? We're just
True. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. So I'm trying to stay away from we are trying to stay away from that whole Halloween. I mean, don't get me wrong, we'll probably throw something out there. I mean, kind of have to, but want to stay away from that.
yeah, don't label yourselves like a Halloween token, but have maybe a promotion. Campaigns are always great for meme coin projects. Campaigns, giveaways constantly. They do wonders. Because then you get the promotions from just the general community wanting to win whatever you're giving away.
So you want more like the energy drink idea, like Scale Energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. That stuck with me too. That'd be fun.
So and this is why I'm really happy that we kind of got with Blast Wheels. I heard him in I think one of the Sui Builders space, and immediately it was like, we want to be there, because it's promotion, it's helping another coin, it's everything. But then I was like, again, we want to be Sui's energy source, right? And when you immortalize something, it's like, what's dead can't die type thing. Yeah, a little gimmicky, but it can turn into something. It will turn into something. We researched Cal Drinks over here in California. So basically, it's like a company that you can have them make an energy drink for you, whatever, get approved, all that stuff. So
Where are you at in California?
So I'm like 40 minutes from Palm Springs.
Oh, okay. So I'm from the Bay Area. Northern.
Yeah, you're north. Yeah, I'm down here. I'm down here in the heat. But it's all
Next to
good.
Bob Hope's house. I like Palm Springs. That's a good area.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm like 40 because you got Cabazon or whatever, the casino. So I'm like 20 minutes from there. Decent area. Schools are good for my kids. So that was the biggest thing, living in this area. But yeah. So we got plans, man. But again, they're just plans, and for now, right? So these are all, get the market cap up, build the community. And that was another thing too, especially for any other coins that are out there. Like, again, I have experience, and I know if I know anything, you have to build a customer base before you start launching NFTs or NFT passes or whatever, right? You want these things flying off the shelf as soon as you launch. So it's been kind of a tug and pull, because we got community members that are like, hey, we want to, wonder when he's coming out, this or that. But again, man, it's the planning process. We want to get it right the first time. So, as long as people are holding on, we're good to go.
I know all about that, bro. I mean, because the majority of us here in these spaces, like me, Richie, and Denny, like we're, OG crypto. We're not like these youngsters that are trying to do things like, we need to get this right away in NFTs. Like it gets annoying. I understand it can't be done like that. Like even Sui Trump, Richie never even considered doing NFTs because he's doing a farm. He's doing things correct, and it does take time. And we would like to have more people that are experienced like yourself. If you want to come in the Telegram, I always down to airdrop. People that come from the spaces to the Telegram and actually participate. I have a promotional wallet that Richie paid for himself again, that I can airdrop to anyone that wants to come in and help us out. Come in the Telegram, and that's the part about the Sui community that I like, is there's more people willing and projects willing to help each other out than like Solana, where it's all just tribal and it's all about us and screw everyone else. Sui community helps other good actors, good projects. They help each other, and that's going to be the best way to go, because Sui is going places. It's going to be huge. I know the tech. I know what they're doing. Just by surviving, even if you're just getting by, staying active, your coin is going to go higher in market cap, because Sui is going to be a major L1 within the next year. It is the tech and the problems it solves are not available anywhere else. It is amazing what they're doing.
I mean, look at the partnerships with Walrus and Google with the AP2 program. I mean, that's just small. And then you got Walrus's storage capabilities where people could store their NFTs, games, whatever. The sky's the limit with that, and I think that's absolutely amazing. And I still haven't even done in-depth research on the other applications of it either. So yeah, Sui being at this level right now is it's a figment of your imagination. It's going to go way higher.
Yeah, they mapped the trajectory of Solana. What took Solana 3 years, Sui's done in 1 year.
Yeah.
Plus more. So, and it is sub-second finality. So it's 480 milliseconds. Solana's, a few seconds. Solana has gone out many times. Sui has not once. I think maybe like 20 minutes way early on. Sui Network has dynamic NFTs.
Yes.
Because of their Sui Move language. And by the way, Aptos uses Move programming language, but they do not have an object-centric model because they did not upgrade the programming language. Only Miston Labs upgraded the Move language to Sui Move. It is completely unique to this network only. So that's why there's parallel execution and no bottlenecks. And that's why there's dynamic NFTs that can have properties. Your NFT can own its own objects. The technology and the Walrus storage layer, you can have petabytes of data. You can store thousands of files. You can host websites. You can be totally in control of access to the data that you have there. Like if you're an artist, you want to give people access to your music or whatever, you can do it all yourself instead of going through third parties and risking breaches of your data, like with all the breaches and hacks that have gone on with cell phone companies and even Google themselves.
Yeah, they're talking about putting your medical records and files on there instead of having to go through different organizations and agencies. You could store it all right there. And obviously, they've had to overcome like the legalities of that, HIPAA violation, all that other shit. So it's going to be protected, and if that's protected, there's no reason to think that you couldn't store other things, right? So
exactly,
yeah, you're going to be fine.
It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time until all of these systems and companies and governments realize what's possible, because they're just not aware of it yet. But once they find out what is capable, they're going to be pouring in, because the people that have noticed, every single interview they have with Miston Labs on their X page, you can go and watch them. They're like, our company has 25% more profit now. It solved all these problems. The storage is 420 times cheaper than Amazon web hosting services or any cloud services. It's not going to be hacked. Costas Crypto just made it even protected against quantum level attacks already, and he's going to share that technology with other blockchains for free. If you're not following Costas Crypto, you need to follow him. I know Adeni's the face of the network, but if you need to follow Costas as your number two. He's the real genius. He's the big brain crypto god. Like, he is so smart with crypto and can solve anything. He helped upgrade Bitcoin in 2010. So I mean, I love watching or listening to Costas speak. He's such a genius.
I did want to hit on the other point you were talking about, the dynamic NFTs, and I think that's huge. I think that's going to be huge. I think that's the future of NFTs, and I think Sui is definitely going to lead the way in that. I discussed with the team numerous times. I'm like, if we're going to launch, it has to be dynamic. It has to be dynamic, right? They have to do something. I don't want to buy a $200 NFT or whatever and it just sits in my wallet. Like, can I do something with it?
Here's the thing that all the NFTs are dynamic. It's just whether or not you use those options. So they're all dynamic. And yeah, it's unheard of. Like, just for the Sui play, each one has its own NFT. It can keep track of your in-game currency, what level you're on, what skins you have, what weapons you own. Keeps your records if you're speed running. It's the options are so like the sky's the limit, and they're trying to conquer GameFi, fintech. They want to be everything fi, and they're constantly coming out with new protocols. They just implemented Seal for privacy. They just implemented Nautilus for the enclaves for off-chain transactions. They just implemented Quilt for people that have thousands of small files. They don't have to download their entire blob. They could download a portion of it for a way faster speed and cost. They're constantly upgrading this network. Like, they're on fire. The devs are just pumping out new protocols, new updates constantly. They're so passionate about it. And if you're really involved in the community, you see all this for yourself. You're just like, this network is going to succeed for sure. There's no way it's not going to. They're the smartest people in the world when it comes to this stuff, because Mark Zuckerberg hired them, brought them from all over the world specifically to make the best blockchain ever when he wanted to make Diem, but it didn't work out. So they stuck around and they made Mission Labs, and all the, lesser skilled people, they went with Aptos, and that's why Aptos isn't really that hot. So, because all the smarty guys stayed with Mission Labs and made Sui. So, we have Cryptic that requested to be speaker. Wanted to give everyone a round to talk that wanted to speak. If you have anything to say, Cryptic.
What's going on, guys? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you sound good.
Yeah, I love what you guys are doing. I've been on Sui for a while now. I'm probably OG status. It's been over 2 years now. And I actually helped run one of the first accelerators for Sui when
2
projects were
years.
just onboarding. So
My goodness.
yeah, it's been a while. But yeah, I figured I'd just jump in and say I love the alpha, love what you guys are building and talking about, and agree with so many points. For me, I'm an advisor for a few different projects, but outside of Web3, my core business is in supply chain and manufacturing. So the fun part is I get to work with a bunch of projects on basically bringing their IP to life. So I'm an advisor for Mofi. So when you're at Sui Fast or any of those IRL events, I'm usually doing different like plushies and products for them. And
Awesome.
yeah, there's a new project since everyone's dropped a little bit of alpha that's not so new. It's actually one of the first NFT collections ever to launch on Sui, called Steve's Misfits. And I'm helping them with a few things, but thought I'd throw it out there and put it on everyone's radar. It's on Tradeport, so you can look at the NFT. We're not talking about any kind of tokens at this stage, and it's really about building community. It's basically, we think of it as the unapologetic sidekick to Sui. So imagine like a TED for Sui. And so just thought I'd throw it out there. I can't talk a lot about roadmap or where it's going, but one thing I can say is if you start looking at the handles on X and who's commenting, you could see that there's some very serious people within Sui, Mistin, and the ecosystem that are starting to look at it. So just thought I'd throw it out there. And
Could you put that on the Jumbotron? Because I definitely want to check that out.
Steve's Misfits, it's called?
It's called Steve's Misfits, and the X handle is just Steve Stupid. You can see from my profile picture the little pink character. That's Steve. And so yeah, it was a few OG degens and developers that acquired the IP from the original founders that just left the NFT collection to die, and are bringing it back to life. But just thought I'd throw it out there if anyone's interested.
Oh, I like him. I like a little character. He looks almost like a Brett or something like that. Cool.
So I'm not going to name any names, but I can say we had some very interesting meetings when we were in Singapore for Token 2049. And the comment was, this could be the bunk of Sui. And I'm not saying that, that's our exact strategy, but it gives you an idea of what Steve could be and, what I think also everyone's kind of interested in understanding like how do we bridge that gap between this amazing tech that Sui's built and community. And so just figured I'd throw it out there. Again, we're always open for collaborations, and I have access to the team. My goal is mostly on the merch and physical product side, but always happy to open doors for anyone that's interested in
I
learning
put it
more.
on the Jumbotron, and I would love to hear any type of ideas you have for merch or anything for Sui Trump or the Sui Decks. I don't know if you were here for that part of the space.
Yeah, I mean,
I found him too. I like the character. I searched just Steve Stupid, all one word together, an X, and he came right up.
Yeah,
It's on the
that's it.
Jumbotron. It's on the Jumbotron. I found the actual profile.
Oh, nice.
Wait. What you type? Just
I put just Steve Stupid, all one
That's
word
it.
all together.
Just one word, all the just Steve Stupid.
all right. Let me try that. Just I'm looking at.
He's
I'm looking at
adorable.
this-
And yeah, I like him.
the-
Richie, you got to give me one too. Just give me my bill after the space, and I'll.
just buy it everything.
So
Bye.
So one thing I will call out because it is public, what the team did was there's currently an airdrop to every NFT holder for Steve points, and that was kicked off I think a few weeks ago, and now there's currently season 2, where anyone that buys and holds an NFT is accumulating points, and in the future there'll be more information rolling out on what you can do with those points, but the whole idea is that everyone involved wanted to make sure that anyone that was holding from the beginning gets something, and anyone coming into the community and ecosystem, they see that there's plans for rewards and building out that community. So that's all public. But yeah, in terms of merch and stuff, so I'll just give you a rundown. At Token 2049, we had little Steve plushies going all around. We had stickers. We had custom Steve socks. There's all kinds of stuff. So I'm originally from Boston. So yes, I am a masshole, but I've been living in Hong
You
Kong.
parked the car in Boston Harvard Yard.
Oh yeah, I'm parking the car. And
Hell yeah.
I've basically been living in Asia for the last 15 years. So that's why I have my manufacturing and supply chain company. So I have access to literally thousands of suppliers. So whether it's plushies or merch, like basically any kind of merch you could think of, I have access to. It's just a question of what do you actually want to provide for your community.
Hey, Richie's in Asia too,
Yeah, I'm in China.
and he's the developer of Sui Trump. He's in China.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm in Hong Kong.
Oh,
So,
really? It's pretty close.
yeah, and I'm constantly in China South. I used to live in Suzhou outside of Shanghai as well. So
Yeah, nice place. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
definitely hit you up.
Go to
because
Macau.
I'm not yet taking Sui Trump or our decks to these events, but it's definitely because we're just about to launch decks for Sui.
Yeah.
Once we launch, then the plan, of course, is to start going to these different in real life events. I'll be getting
Next
YSD
year,
over
Richie.
with me. Yeah, definitely. And well,
We're
there's one in Taiwan I'm quite interested in as well. But yeah, that's the idea. Then, of course, we'll need merchandise, so definitely I'll be hitting you up because I've always wanted to make plushies. It's a dream of mine.
yeah, I mean,
Honestly.
I've done the whole plushie strategy for Lofi. So
Yeah.
everything you see on their socials, everything that was through all my suppliers and my network. They've just rolled it out for Steve.
I just wanted to let you know something. I watched that video that Eisenhower put out that he did the speech at Sui Fest, and he had the guys in the costumes and the plushies, and that speech was excellent. I recommend everyone to listen to that because he is very smart in everything that he was talking about in that speech. And when it comes to crossing that barrier, like he's spot on, and he's been posting every single day about all the other metrics about the Sui network besides just the market cap, and it's really bullish to see somebody do all that work, and I really respect what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, he's a big advocate for Sui, and I think the one thing, just to share to everyone listening, I talked to him before he even launched Lofi, and what I found interesting was from day one, he said, "I'm not building a meme coin, I'm building a brand." And I thought that was
Exactly.
really interesting, and in the way you could see that he's approaching it. It's not about just shilling the token. It's about, building Lofi as a brand, and it includes physical products. It includes, IRL events. It includes, actually getting, actual IP around the character and the name. So yeah, he's also very passionate about giving back to the community. So he has the Lofi Foundation. But yeah, I just figured I'd jump up on stage and share with you guys. And, if this helps anyone else in the Sui community, I'm all about collaboration. So feel free to reach out if, I can help you guys or any other projects you hear of, let me know.
Awesome.
We
Will
definitely
do. Very good
interested.
to hear from you. I like your supply chain background, and I like Steve. I think he's a cool looking meme.
The website's pretty cool for Steve. You looked at it.
And 2 years in Sui
Yeah.
is like an eternity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's basically it's barely over 2 years old right now. So I mean, you're really
Yeah.
OG on that.
So if you go to juststeve.xyz, you're gonna find it's just Steve sitting in a room, and then you can click on all the parts of the room and bring up different things. Quite fun.
One thing that I gave credit to the dev team is that they didn't want to be a derivative of another project. They didn't want to be a Pepe on Sui. They didn't want to be a bread on Sui. They want to do things differently. And so even the website, it was like, yeah, we can get something up quick, but why don't we do something that's more original? So, the team is building quite a bit, but we're also being quiet about what we're announcing and not trying to shell things too hard. It's just about building organic community and seeing where it goes. But, it's a fun project, definitely worth following and looking into. And you guys will definitely hear more in the next coming few weeks and months.
Sounds awesome. I invest in almost anything I hear on a space of mine where someone's talking with conviction. I will buy into it because that's just how I am, and it's worked out well.
I mean, I'm not giving you anyone financial advice here, but with
Totally.
with the current price of Sui, and I think the floor on these NFTs is like 8 Sui. Everybody that gets involved is early. That's all I'm going to say. Everyone is early at these prices, and again, go back to the X pages and see who's commenting, who met the Steve team in Singapore, and you'll see, some big names and projects. So there's a lot going on.
It's quite a lot of Easter eggs in the NFTs. I'm looking at them. A couple have Steve in them.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the leaderboard, there's definitely advantage of holding an NFT with Steve in it. So
yeah, exactly.
Doing a little bit of research there is always good.
Yeah, they're expensive. The ones with Steve are pricey though, man. Like the you can get like a base one for like 4 to 8 Sui, for like the lowest rarity. But if you start going up the rarity, you're getting into quite pricey. But I mean that means there's demand, which is a good thing.
And they're per Sui, so when the price is down like this, it's a really great time to get NFTs because you pay per Sui on Tradeport.
Oh, I know. I've got a lot of NFTs. A lot. Cool.
So yeah, I mean, again, happy to collaborate. Love to hear that there's even more real builders out there. I think for me, that's one of the things that was a challenge early on, is that you saw quite a few projects that were launching that started to get traction, but they weren't real builders. So they stuck around for the first little Sui pump, and then they were immediately out. I think, and just by everything I've heard, like, you guys get it. It's the long game with Sui. Like they're building the tech, the infrastructure where long term, I have just as much conviction that they're going to win. So it's the builders that are serious about it as well that I think are going to win in this ecosystem, that are going to build for the long term.
I totally agree with you on that. They're gonna win. Sui is going to win for sure. They're gonna get there. And for you, I definitely recommend to check out the Crypto Mischief YouTube channel and see what Richie's all about, because he is a dedicated, integrity-based builder. He is not so much a developer for his whole career, but the stuff he does it with integrity. He follows through. He's a good dude, and You know, the meme coin he originally created turns a year old tomorrow, and we just cracked 2 million recently. So,
Yeah, I
know,
loved hearing about it earlier, and I'll definitely check it out, and I'll keep an eye out for this weekend for the victory launch as well. So appreciate all the alpha.
Victory!
definitely. Yeah,
So-
and then we help out other people just as much. We are all about helping others and building Sui Network. We just want to make it the best.
Awesome, love it, guys. Appreciate you bringing me up on stage.
Thank you. Anyone in the audience, remember, this is the open mic. You have any project you want to talk about?
Damn. Like, there's one with the Steve on it. I'm still looking at these NFTs, sorry. There's one with the Steve on it that sold for 10 Sui just 2 days ago. But then now it's going to be way more expensive to get the Steve. Sorry, I was just shopping.
I'm wondering where Sui
Steve
Builders is.
shopping.
Is there a paste or a mobster there, Builders? Where you guys at? I wanted to hear from you guys. You guys are doing a lot of cool stuff, and but I know it's really late for them. It's there's like 11 o'clock there now.
Guys,
But
what's going on, guys? Can you hear me?
yeah,
Hey, welcome. Good to hear from you.
Good chatting with you guys. I gotta say I'm excited for Sui decks. So I will have
there
my
you are, buddy.
eyes peeled all weekend to see when that timer starts.
Yeah.
Why were you so quiet, Paste? I was calling you out earlier. I was like, "Where's Paste, bro?"
I'm getting ready for bed now. It's late where I'm at. It's
Well,
11 p.m.
give us a lowdown on all the stuff you're doing, man. I think a lot of people aren't aware of all the things you've been doing. It's incredible, all the tools and what you've been doing with boombots, and basically, let's see. There's like Sui Trump, Skell, Aqua was here earlier. Basically, like all the projects here are partners with Sui Builders, which
The dream team
I'm
is
part
in
of.
full effect.
Yeah, and I noticed too that for a while a lot of people were talking about like us having a competitor with Sui Booster, and they basically have just abandoned ship, and it seems like Mr. Crypto's gone to Solana, so it's like
Oh, has he?
we're still around, so
Oh.
we're not going anywhere.
Yeah, I was actually talking to someone earlier today. They built Sui Axie, and they built one of the original Sui volume bots. So it's actually, I did a bit of research on a volume bot. It's illegal technically in Canada to build a volume bot, but he's over somewhere in Europe, and he already built one in the past. So I was trying to inspire him to get it up and running again, because I do think Sui needs one. Me and the game dev from Boombots AI, we've talked about, at some point building a more robust volume bot that it's more of a liquidity management tool, because I think long term it's a better idea. It's healthier for projects instead of just throwing 50 Sui or 100 Sui at something to constantly buy and sell until it runs out. You could spend that 50 or 100 Sui and spread liquidity between multiple blue chip tokens and a few other, and have volume for life. And I think two of our partner projects, if you look at obviously Boom or even Rescue, their liquidity is pretty spread out with a lot of other projects. Like you got to look, Boom, they partnered with Aquashock for some liquidity. They have some with Sui Trump, with Tree, and quite a few others. And if you look at their daily transactions, it's quite high because they have all those different liquidity pools and all that different arbitration happening on a daily basis. In terms of what I've been building, I built quite a few Telegram bots. I'm working on a trade port buy bot, and I wanted to implement their new liquid NFT situation into the buy bot as well, because I think that's an important factor. Today, though, I was actually kind of tinkering with, I noticed there was an RFP, like a request for proposal from the Sui Foundation for Sui Sui Transaction Explainer. And basically, they just wanted a tool where you'd put in not a contract address, sorry, a transaction hash, and it would just explain it in layman's terms. So I built one. It's a little clunky so far. I'm just using like a OpenAI API, and basically what it does is it reviews that transaction and then tries to spit it out and explain it as if I was 10 years old. And so on some
Well, honestly, that'd be
transactions,
really helpful because
yeah,
when I look at the Sui blockchain, it is way more harder to figure out what the hell is going on than like any other chain. You know, you can look at Ethereum or Litecoin and stuff, and it's easy to know. But when you look at Sui Vision or Sui Scan, there's like all these inputs and objects and so many different sections. It's like it's hard to tell what you're even looking at sometimes.
yeah, no, it's super complicated. And I realized today when I was going through it, some of the transactions it can explain very well. And then other ones, like I'll look at and I'll be like, oh, that's obviously an airdrop, or that was like an arbitrage trade. And it's a little bit trickier for it to understand those. So just kind of working out the quirks, seeing if I can make it work properly. But it's not something that I plan on, charging for or anything like that. It's just something that I thought would be cool to build, and saw the RFP that the foundation had.
That
for it.
might be a good idea for me to add because I am still planning on building the Sui GPT. I mean, that could be just
Yeah.
maybe a one of the abilities of the Sui GPT.
Yeah, that's a great
Yeah.
idea. We could work together on it if you'd like to.
Yeah, for sure. Because
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
I'm still super GPT. I use it every day. It's my second brain.
Hey, are you gonna send me that Sora 2 invite?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready.
All right, awesome. Thank you.
Because the thing is, you can only make one at a time, and then I can't do the next one until the person that I sent it to uses it. And I just gave Richie one, so
Oh,
now I can
nice.
make another one.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'll
So,
use
yeah,
it right away.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's so cool. And especially because there's quite a few celebrities that have purposely put their likeness to use, where they're allowed to make them into situations and do whatever you want, like Jake Paul.
Yeah, I
And
saw a few.
and the guy that's like walks, he's mentally handicapped, but he doesn't feel bad about it. He thinks it's funny. He makes funny videos about it. He looks really odd. He's in there too, doing funny stuff. There's Sam Altman, of course, which is kind of funny seeing Sam Altman in these situations. And then I guess people that have passed away, you can do also, because Stephen Hawking it's quite a popular character in the videos too.
Saw him ripping the half pipe.
Yeah, he did a double backflip on the half pipe of the X Games.
Oh, that kills
It's
me.
wild. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, if you guys check out my TikTok, I have a lot of artificial intelligence videos. Like, I'm really into making videos, and it's not always about cryptocurrency. I try to make stuff that's just funny. It's wise degenerate. It's just like my handle here, just spelled out completely. But it's funny. So yeah, and for anyone else that's not like familiar with Sui Builders and like how it originated, Paste and I and Mobster, there was other pages that were promoting coins just for payment, even if they were not, like legitimate projects. So we wanted to do the opposite of that. And the barrier for entry for us to help promote you is show your integrity, show that you're actually building something of quality of the network. You don't have to pay anything. And if you do decide to donate any coins to be airdropped, 100% of the coins go to the people that got one of our access passes. There's nothing kept by Sui Builders whatsoever. It's all distributed evenly to all the NFT holders. And we continue to promote and repost your your projects and do giveaways for you. We can help you out with bots. I can help you out with Reddit pages if you don't know how to do Reddit, or put TikTok videos for you. I can make a music video for you, like an anthem for your project. Whatever. I like doing these things for projects. I don't charge anything at all, ever. I've never charged anyone for anything that I've done for anyone's project. I do it to grow the network. I do have a lot of people I help, so if I can't do it super fast, I apologize. I'm doing the best I can, but I will get to it. And don't worry about bothering me. You could send me a message. You could spam my inbox, my Telegram. Don't worry about it. Because I need to be reminded, and I want to help out because I like making these things too, anyways. And it pays if you want to add anything else to what we're all about.
Yeah, I think Glenn mentioned a little bit earlier. He was talking about Solana, and we came to Solana, or sorry, we came over to Sui. I've been on Sui just around a year. Wise, I think you've been, a year, or just a little bit longer than that. And the biggest thing we noticed realistically was two things, like the community and the tech. And you were actually talking about it earlier in the space, and you were saying that there's actually a lot of new crypto users where Sui is their first blockchain. And I gotta say, like, those people are so lucky because they never had to deal with the days of like clunky UI and transactions not going through, and just slow transactions, or even gas prices, right? Like sometimes you
2 hour
buy
finalities, 2 hour finality windows.
Yeah, or like you'd buy an NFT for $5, you'd pay close to $100 in gas. It'd go up to be worth $40, and you're still paying close to $100 in gas. So it just didn't make any sense. But I mean, Sui's been a real treat. It's fast, it's cheap, and the community here is great. And I think that was another big inspiration for Sui Builders, is we wanted this collective of projects that saw a future on Sui and really wanted to build and kind of set their anchor on Sui. And I think we've all done a good job of building a good community. Like if you look at everyone even on the spaces right now, like you have Glenn. Glenn, I got to give a shout out to you. You set up an awesome spaces for us last week where we could spread some Sui Alpha for some more chain agnostic Twitter accounts. So thank you for that. We got Aftershock.
Glenn, was that you that set up the space
Yeah,
with
Glenn
that guy
set that
was going? I keep forgetting. I have such a bad memory. I talked to too many people. That was a bomb space, bro. That
Dude,
was
I love
awesome.
It's so chill.
I made so many connections.
Yeah, it's amazing. No, I literally hop into random spaces, and I swear to you, I preach Sui and then our coin. Like that's my thing. It was funny. I hopped into Doginal Dogs one time, and I'm like the only like pink PFP in there, right? Because they're all yellow background and shit. I was like, oh fuck, but I was like, fuck it, I'm staying in there. But it was cool because I ended up getting follows and shit. So a little engagement farming there, I guess. But yeah, I try to hop in spaces and fine, but like again, I'm a transplant from Solana, so I wanted people to come properly speak and preach about Sui, you know what I mean, on the level that needed it to be. So as I'm doing my research and learning, I thought it was a good opportunity, and I'm going to continue doing that. And I'm going to take you up on your offer on coming to help talk and do all that too. So yeah, I appreciate you guys for that, for real. That was good looking out.
Yeah, that was really awesome space. And then the space we had right after that for the Sui Builders cave or whatever, I met like 4 more other projects that I want to help out that are looking cool. This guy has something called Sui Preem, not the old coin from back in the day that didn't work out, but he's doing something different. I'm not even sure if it's a coin, but he's doing like something. And I noticed he was doing a giveaway of Sui Trump for like 8,000 Sui Trump. I want to get back in touch with that guy. Also, there was this coin called Manny, like the mammoth, and he's into like science and CRISPR And, I'm a computer nerd, science, astronomy guy too, and I know about all that stuff, and he
So
sounded pretty smart.
a quick thing about Manny, bro, like he's so a lot of it actually goes to like he gives away like charity. It's mainly like a charity coin. And he just does great things. I think he's stuff over in Nigeria or something like that. But he's awesome, smart dude. He's always helpful, always popping into spaces, always grinding. Just another great Sui builder, founder, whatever you dev. I'm used to calling him devs, but yeah, he's just amazing, dude. Like him and them and Blast Wheels, like that whole partnership. I'm telling you, that whole conglomerate of like 12 other coins and shit that we got going on. Just amazing people. So it's awesome that you mentioned Manny, dude, because he's a real one.
Yeah, I have a pretty good knack for just one conversation with somebody. Like I can just immediately tell if they're, about their shit, what they're talking about. So, I could tell by the things that they say, what they talk about. He definitely knows what he's talking about. And yeah, I definitely want to
I
help
like
many.
fresh lettuce. He likes CRISPR and fresh lettuce.
Well, CRISPR technology came out so long ago, but it hasn't been able to be implemented until just recently with the advent of AI to solve, the protein folding problem. It actually cured sickle cell disease was the first thing that
Unreal.
finally actually caused a cure for it, and it's going to keep getting better. And every time I've interacted with him, he's been really cool, the Manny guy. And there's also that one coin that's on blast.fun with like the white, it's like all white with the old school kind of cartoonish face. I wanted to check that one out too because he said he's in the
Little
cybersecurity.
Man? Yeah.
Yeah, that's Little Man. So he
Yeah.
has for like a small amount of fee, you can own, you can get in there and like read comics. He's also doing a lot of like background arcade style type games right now. Really cool dude. Software, I think background as well, especially IT like securities. Really, really smart guy. Awesome coin. I think they're on a come up. I just heard them speak again over on Blast.fun Spaces. So definitely keep your eyes open for those guys too. Again, another great guy. That's why we partnered up with them as well. Just bullish the shit on them. And I love it. Right? It's like the 1930s cartoon looking shit. Like it's just
Yeah.
cool, it's nostalgic, right? Like love it.
Well, shit, Glenn, I need you like on speed dial. You need to be like my personal Sui advisor. You're all over the place. Like you're naming off all these projects that I'm like we're both spotting as winners. So yeah, get in touch. Come in the Sui Trump Telegram. I'll send you an airdrop. We'll get in better ways to get in contact with each other because there's so much. I get so many messages. Hopefully you use other forms of messenger services like it's best for me.
You can call it. I don't care. I'll give out my number. I don't care. Like I'm in Southern California.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Like it doesn't bother me if people know who I am or not. Like whatever.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm not like publicly doxxed, but I'm also not like hiding out. Like
Yeah.
I just don't want to be like out there. But yeah,
Right.
I'm totally cool to talk because I like information like that. I just don't have enough time in the day because I'm dedicated right now to getting that farm launched and
Right.
fulfilling that requirement. But I want to stay involved in all these other good projects, and it's good to have other people out there that are in spaces talking to people, getting to know the devs, who's who, and you have a good judge of character, obviously, by just you named the 3 coins that I was just talking about. So, I like to have connections with people like you that know what you're talking about and know what a good developer and a good project actually looks like besides just, false promises. So definitely please get in touch.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. I 100% will drop into the Trump Sui TG.
Yeah,
And
and
I
then
also
always tag me, at tag Mr. Furley, because that's the Telegram that I pay attention to the most too is the Sui Trump Telegram. But just at tag me, and I'm Mr. Furley 52. It's displayed as Mr. Furley, and it's like a rainbow colored poop wizard because it's my NFT from Richie's old NFT collection, but it is me.
Yeah,
So
no
definitely
doubt.
do that.
I wanted to ask you guys the Sui Dex Discord. Okay, so I joined it a little while back as again when I was trying to search up Richie here, and it's asking me to join a server or something, but doesn't give me a drop down server. So how do I how what's the best way to interact with the Sui Dex Discord at this moment? Like, what am I doing wrong?
I will have to.
I know there's a
get back to-
verification process. You got to like input a code, and then there's like the welcome one. And then
Yeah.
once you verify yourself as a user, then you can go to the different channels, I believe. I was having a little issue getting verified in there too, but then
really?
somehow
Okay.
I figured it out.
I'm not really a Discord expert. I kind of
Neither
set
am
it
I.
up, but I haven't a couple other people have mentioned that to me actually. So I think there might be something I've done wrong with the bots that I'll have to look into. Because it should
I
be.
wouldn't. Don't worry about it because the guy from Crazy Beans, Donnie, he will fix it. He's an awesome dude. I made his Telegram for him, and he's really good with Discord. So I will ask him about it. He's also in the Sui Trump Telegram. I'll tag him and tag you, and
Yeah,
we'll go over there together and get it handled.
The videos now for the Discord, so we should get it fixed because that means people are going to try and then fail and then move on.
Yeah, because I use, obviously I have an American number. I put it in there. It's the same number I've had for like 20 years. You know what I mean? Like I've had this number for a long time.
That's weird. You shouldn't have to put a phone
Yeah,
number.
I put my phone number. It asked for me for my phone number.
Jesus.
I like
that
people
that
that have
might
had
be
the same number
verification
for a
for
long time.
Discord, but not for
Yeah.
getting into our particular server.
Yeah, no, it was just for the Discord portion.
Okay.
Like I'm in there, but I can't really like chat or do anything. I seen the announcement for this space, so
Okay.
I'm not sure. But
Okay.
whatever. Yeah.
I'll fix it.
So you saw that when I put the space out for everyone, you saw that post? I'm glad that worked.
Yeah, I saw in the announcements tab. Yes, I seen it in there. I don't really mess with Discord. I just knew this space was coming up. I think I seen somebody post it. Then I checked the Discord, and it was also on there. So I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're all about Telegram too. That's why we didn't have one for a long time, is because we don't really have any people that use Discord that much, except Paste with his hand up. What's up, Paste?
I just wanted to. I gotta hop off here. It's getting late. I gotta be up early.
no
If you
problem.
guys do need help with Discord, though, Alex is also really good. She's like tight with Paz. I don't know if you remember Paz.
Yeah.
So she could help you as well. But yeah,
I've
Discord
talked to
can
her.
be a little confusing. I wouldn't say I'm an expert. I just utilize people who are better at it than I am.
Yeah, Donnie's pretty good at it. He spent like 2 hours on a video call with me, sharing his screen and showing me all kinds of stuff. I learned a lot, but still, it's a lot to learn. It's way more complex than Telegram.
Yeah, it's super complex. But yeah, anyways, guys, I gotta head out. But it's been great chatting with you guys and hearing what's going on.
Thanks, guys,
I'm
as
sure we
always.
will be talking shortly.
Yeah, Paste.
If
I'll
not,
be
I'll
in
talk
touch
to you guys
Send
next
me
week.
about
send me a
the.
reminder to send you that Sora 2 code.
Okay, I will. Thanks again.
And I'll be in touch
All
about
right.
the Sui Trump airdrop because once we this weekend we'll get the launch date up and then I want to airdrop. So
Okay, perfect.
Cool.
Also, let me know if you need help with anything. I'm
okay.
not sure what that would look like, but just let me know.
Okay. Thanks, man.
Awesome. All right.
Just
Awesome.
keep being you,
Oh,
Pace. Keep
and
being a lovely Canadian.
sorry, just a reminder for Sui Builders partners, we still have like free ad campaigns for you guys. So
Nice.
if you want to get over like just like a few words and URL that you want it to point to, we'll get it on all the bots.
Okay. Let's do that.
Awesome.
Let's
Cool.
roll.
Yeah, it would be good for the
Sweet.
launch of Sui Dex.
Thanks, man.
Awesome,
That's
guys.
awesome.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Thanks, Pace.
Okay, see you guys.
Wow, that's cool. I didn't really think about that. The ad spaces at the bottom of the bots. That's a good idea.
So you just reminded me, Furley. I've just I have a NFT collection on Polygon, and every month we still send them revenue from my YouTube channel if they haven't ROI'd on the purchase of the NFT. They bought these NFTs 3 years ago on Polygon, but I'm just sending the airdrop to them right now.
It's what my avatar is on Telegram.
Yeah.
It's a poop, but it's a rainbow poop, and he's a baller.
Yeah. But
because it's the shitcoin club. But yeah, that's the reason why I was able to be in this network, because Richie was talking about launching a coin on Sui on Move Pump, and I was watching the conversation, and as soon as he listed it, I bought some immediately, like probably the third person to buy it when it was like a tiny micro cap on Move Pump, and here we are now, 2 million all-time high.
It's important to me that because a lot of people, it's a collection of 1,000 NFT. The issue with it was that the team that we launched it with 3 years ago, 3 years later, the collection minted out, but 3 years later, not everyone from the team remains, which kind of put it on myself to try and fulfill what I wanted to do with it. So it's a long process, but it's important to me to make sure that it gets done, because I don't want to have a reputation of ever giving up on something that I said I'm going to do. It's very important. So far we've been airdropping for more than 2 years, and so far in 2 years from this collection, I've airdropped $159,000 to the NFT holders, which averages out roughly 3,000 to 4,000 a month. It started about 8,000 to 10,000, but as the collection is now sold out, there's no revenue coming into the collection anymore because it's on Polygon and Polygon's dead. But for the sake of the people who did invest in the project, I do continue. We are now down to the last couple hundred people who have not yet got their full ROI on the purchase that they made. But it's just something I do because it's how you build community. You need to, like, a lot of the people who bought these NFTs came across to Sui with me to continue the building projects, finding out about different opportunities. And we do have a private DAO as well, which a lot of the members as well share their alpha on what they're investing in. There's lots of calls that are profitable as well. We've done pre-sales.
Danny, we've been waiting for you for like 5 months to come in the freaking Telegram. Like, I need some help in there, bro. I gotta answer all the Sui questions. I need another Sui guy in there.
Yeah, I need to get my butt in there for the SCC club. A lot of good people in there too.
If you have the NFT, I could try just pull you in, Danny, if you don't want to do the verification. And then
like with Brett, he does have the NFT.
Yeah.
But
you need to get in there.
Let me take a look.
I think it's so amazing that you've been so consistent, even on Polygon, and it just really speaks volumes to who you are and your character, to airdrop everyone, to make sure they're all taken care of.
This is the main thing. It's the most important.
Statistic wise, the achievement that Richie's done with his Polygon NFT is literally less than 1% of all NFTs ever made has anywhere near the amount of ROI and success that he's had. 99% of all NFTs made in the same time era have gone to nothing and got nothing back. So yeah, it's a top 1%.
Probably even
top
lower.
1% NFT.
Yeah,
and they're on OpenSea on resale.
Eventually we'll move them over to Sui, but I want to get SuiDex launched first, and then we'll move the.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, and then it'll add more value to people who again have been invested in this journey that we're on with products that I want to put out. Because nobody gets left behind. That's the whole point. It's the most.
That would be so cool.
Yeah. It'd be good actually. We'd have to maybe come up with some new designs. I'm not sure. I don't really like the poop theme anymore.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to be a poop forever.
Yeah,
I'd rather be like a wise degen.
So it's hard though, like design thing. But we do have Colin, and Colin from our team who designed the poops is still with me. So which is good. He's always been a very, very honorable person, and a good guy to work with. So it's good. And he's a good designer.
I like all the little like Easter eggs in the background.
yeah.
I didn't notice for the longest time that I have a picture of George Costanza from Seinfeld in his boxers posing.
Yeah,
Like you
do.
really got to zoom in.
Yeah. Now,
Classic tiger. George being a tiger.
yeah.
Yeah, he has like he's like leaning forward on and has like one leg up and he's in his boxers. It's hilarious. And then there's toilet paper and there's like somebody's face on it. I can't remember who the face is. It's like somebody that's like anti-crypto or something.
It's Gary Gensler, yeah.
That's funny.
There's a Nicolas Cage in there as well somewhere. Love Nicolas Cage.
And some of the poops even have like MAGA hats too. I thought that was funny to go along with the Sui Trump.
Yeah. Nice.
So recapping who we got left to pull up, I want to talk to Blast Wheels soon. But to recap, we're going to have confirmation of a launch timer this weekend. That's the big alpha, I think, takeaway.
Yep, this weekend we're going to have the confirmation of SuiDex's launch. I'm also going to be putting an announcement once we finish this space into the Telegram concerning the private raise buyers, which everyone who is a private raise buyer needs to read that to understand what's going on. It's bullish. Well, so that's the main thing that you want to know about. So I'll be posting that. So definitely get yourself into the SuiDex Telegram so that you are up to date with the purchase that you made a few months ago. I know that in crypto, people sometimes forget about things they buy. So just make sure that you're on and that you know what's happening because it's coming. We're good. We're looking awesome. We're looking solid. And yeah, so just get in the Telegram. You'll find it at suidex.org. The link for the Telegram is at the bottom of the page. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's probably seems like a good place to wrap up the space. I don't see any other people down there that's wanting to speak.
I can actually, if you don't mind, I'd like to plug in Blast Wheels as well. But to kind of go on the recap here, so I'm going to join the SuiDex Telegram as well as the Sui Trump Telegram.
Sure.
And then so that's going to launch. The SuiDex is going to launch.
Aquashock Telegram while you're at it too. Why not?
Fucking everybody gets love, right? Everybody gets love. All right. Yeah. So okay, if I do that, and then we got the Victory coin launching, which is I guess the private sale already went out, but you can as soon as it launches, obviously you can get in.
Yeah.
Because I want to spread this. I want to spread this word, man. I want to do this.
Yeah, it was a small raise.
The Telegram is where it's at.
Was 125 people invested a combined 100K into the raise. So it's not a massive raise. So the pre-sale isn't over the top. And yes, so we'll be announcing the launch date for SuiDex this weekend. The launch date won't be this weekend. We'll be launching the timer for launch this weekend. Will be a short timer, and then we will be live with the protocol. So it's
okay. Now is SuiDex something you can invest in itself, or is it something I want to do with the coin?
So
because the
I'll continue. Sorry.
Yeah, because the way I understood it is that SuiDex is there so you can invest into the different. You could pair together different liquidity pools, which is bullish as hell, by the way. That's awesome. But the Victory coin is the one where you can actually, purchase like you would any other coin, but it'd be paired through SuiDex.
Exactly. Yeah. So
it's the emission token.
It's the
reward token,
governance token for SuiDex. So the Victory token will be available as soon as we launch. It will be available on SuiDex where you can buy it first. And you'll be able, with Victory, you can put it into SuiDex as an LP pair. It will have the highest yield in SuiDex by pairing it with USDC or pairing it with Sui. You can earn more Victory coin. You can also stake the Victory coin to earn Sui and Victory at the same time. So you get dual rewards with it. And then building out will also be the kind of protocol coin it'll be the currency for anything that we build on Victory. We'll be using Victory as the payment for.
Yeah, so if I'm taking 1K, I'm looking for that Victory coin then.
Yeah, for sure. And then you could think, okay, I'm going to pair it with USDC would be like shielding it from any downwards volatility, or if you think
Impermanent loss.
going at the moon, then pair it with Sui, and then you'd get impermanent gains. So you have strategies there to choose from for how you want to pair it to farm, or you can single stake it. Lots of options. But you can check out on YouTube. I've got a lot of videos now, tutorials. They're all short, under 10 minutes.
I gotta watch all of them.
Then you'll understand exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. And again, I think that's awesome that you're sitting there educating people too.
Yeah.
That's huge, especially when we're trying to I pulled 2 classmates out. Okay, so one, I'm not young. I go to school, but I'm former military. I'm retired. I'm done. So I'm just, whatever, going to school. So I got
former military. Oh, we need you for sure, man.
Yeah.
I love former military guys.
Yeah, but so I pulled in 2 guys from my class, right? I was like, hey, fucking Scout Sui, let's go. They're like, fuck yeah. So
Nice.
no, I'm always trying to get new people in, man, any way I can. But okay, yeah, cool. So
what are you studying?
I understood that. So I'm right now I'm doing a robotics technician. So I'll be working on the I have to code and work on the FANUC arms.
Yeah.
It's the ones that would be in your industry, car plants or whatever, big ass robot arms.
And Glenn, remind me. I will airdrop you some Sui Trump coins too. Remind me to do that in Telegram.
Yeah, no doubt, brother. Much love. Fucking love it. But I do want to plug Blast Wheels, okay? I love
Definitely.
this dude.
I'm invested in that too. I have a large bag of that coin. I like what he's doing.
So what I know of Joey, right? Joey Blast Wheels. Joey's his actual real name. He's a developer out of Turkey. Seems like they have a solid team, but he's literally building the first, to my knowledge, race game on Sui. And he gave, we were their first sponsorship or / partner. Basically, you'd be able to wrap your car in the skin of your coin or whatever, which is good promotion, right? And then obviously there's going to be some kind of benefit to having the partnerships and everything else, maybe secret maps or whatever. But from what I could tell, this thing's going to blow up. It's going to be huge. And obviously, from what I know, his long-term game is obviously to be on Sui Play. He does. I think they're going to go from launch here within a couple weeks to launching the game itself. So, going from, and you can earn. It's a play to earn, so you'll earn blast wheels and stuff like that.
And for the OG people, it's basically like a Hot Wheels kind of a spinoff.
Yeah,
it's like a Hot Wheels kind of thing, but Blast Wheels is the name. And the fact that he was able to bond that quickly on Blast.fun, because most coins on that site don't even bond at all. He went from listing to bonded faster than any coin I've seen on that site. So that says a lot too.
Yeah, no, I mean they're doing it. They're working pretty quick. I mean, it's just an amazing job. Damn it! What was the other thing I was gonna say? I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
we were talking about wrapping your car. Like if you have a project, you could wrap your car and have your own.
Long term. Oh, and so once the game's launched, he's looking to go on Steam, and then have people play it live or whatever. So that's gonna be dope. And then again, the long-term vision is Sui Play, which is absolutely amazing.
The Sui Play can play any game that's on Steam.
Yeah, well, there you go. I love it, dude. I'm so bullish on this. And when you listen to him, you can't. It's like, I don't know. He just has this trusting voice. He just does. I'm like, yeah, I want to fucking buy in.
He's super positive, bro. He's always just laughing, smiling, let's go. He's super positive. I love hearing him talk. You could definitely tell he has good intentions.
And right now it's a token,
one of those guys. Yeah, on Blast.fun.
Okay.
And it's in the bonding section, and it is a partner of Sui Builders.
What's the
I've spoken with the dev.
market cap at the moment?
I think they're sitting around 38 to 40.
Nice.
Yeah, between 30 and 40.
50 something.
That's what I like to hear. Nice and cheap.
Yeah, I'm telling you, these guys. There's no way they don't they got to be cruising to 100 something quick. It's pretty badass. I love it.
I think I bought in at 8,000 market cap.
And their game is How
got it about the same time I did.
how close to development do you think their game is?
I think he said a couple weeks. I
Wow,
want
okay.
to. Well, I really want you guys to talk to him. But you can go on and play like a beta version, I guess, on the website.
Okay.
I've spoken with him a few times.
Yeah.
He definitely knows what he's doing.
Yeah. So there's a little plug there. So hopefully, you guys can, Richie and Aqua there, you guys can talk to him too. And
Yeah, that's a good one to check out, Blast Wheels. And then I know some hyper alpha on Sui decks is that they have a gaming interest in the future.
Yes, we do.
So that could be interesting because I know SweetX has identified that there's maybe an area or a niche for gaming on Sui, and that could be an area that it expands into potentially.
Yep, or even helping to facilitate different projects
That's
to
their whole-
launch their
that's their whole
games,
game
and then we
plan.
post their games, right? Which I think is the because we were building a game with the Road Crypto, but he's gone silent for the past couple months. Which is, the thing. Like, if we can find real game builders, and then we can just invest into their into what they're doing, and then help them to get more people to pay attention to their game.
That's really cool.
Richie,
Host it on their
Richie,
site,
I'm getting asked by like so many people, are we gonna have a launch pad? Are we gonna have a launch pad? There's so many
we will,
people that want us to have a launch pad.
We did
I
the
think
private
that'd be a
raid,
really good
so,
idea.
like, we've already finished the launchpad, so we can launch with we can make a launchpad. But the thing is getting the right projects to launch with, in a more traditional kind of pre-sale sense. No bonding curve, nothing degen. It'd just be like, okay, there's this project, this is going to be their offer. You're going to get this, and they have to have a product to launch with. They have to have something that's going to be brought to market.
Maybe like a pink sale type
exactly.
deal, if you know about that one.
Exactly right. Yeah, pink sale, same idea. And then the
Well,
whole
that's
thing
where
would be
you
the
got people
product
like
that
me
we're-
and Paste and Glenn out there that can find out the quality developers that are gonna launch projects.
Yeah, exactly. Nice.
Awesome.
This
Good
Blast
space
Wheel-
today, boys.
Yeah, it's been good actually. I'm gonna buy some Blast Wheels.
Right on. So
I really do. I love these guys. Fucking fun. Yeah.
It just reminds me of being a kid. Like, you used to have the hoop thing. You make the
Yeah.
track and then like whoosh it around the track, and then
Exactly.
Classic. Yeah, the loop-de-loop and all the cool cars and the die-cast Hot Wheels, Blast Wheels.
yeah, like the whole idea though. If they had their own cars, then you like as NFTs, and then you buy the car, but then you can upgrade the car, like get different wheels, upgrade.
Yeah,
the
I mean, how
engine.
cool would it be for Skel Sui to go up against Sui Builders' car? You know what I mean? I even told Joey, I was like, Joey, you should be able to race for pink slips. Like, if they lose, I get to hold their car for like 2 days, or they got to pay me for it. You know what I mean? Like, I want to do that type shit. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, man.
I want to race for pink
it's
slips.
Fast
That's
and the
awesome.
Furious.
Anyone ever play Street Rod on a Pentium 486 game? It's kind of an obscure one, but Street Rod you could race for pink slips. Great classic game.
I was playing Ridge Racer the other day because my kid has a Switch, and I noticed now they've put emulations for Super Nintendo and N64 onto Switch, so you can play them now. So I was schooling them on how difficult games used to be. Basically, was what I was showing him. It's like, because all these games now he plays today, they're so fucking piss easy. They're so easy. Like, you can't die. It's basically in games these days. So I was showing him, GoldenEye. Like, he got schooled in GoldenEye. He had no idea. Like, instantly
proximity
every time.
mine, just schooling
Richie,
your
we need
kid.
to play. I'm the champion at GoldenEye. I'll clean house. That was one thing that I had in common with Adonai. That was the first conversation we ever had. That was our favorite game growing up, was GoldenEye 007. Love that game.
So you can buy. Is it Bluefin to buy the wheel token, or
Say again?
is it on Bluefin to buy wheels, or have to go to
Yeah,
the Bluefin, right? Nice.
Bluefin, yeah. Because what's funny is when they bonded, and I think this is another bullish ass sign, right? Is like, because then you got the fake scammer coins that try to copy.
Yeah.
But it is Bluefin for sure. And yeah, it's like, yeah, definitely check them out, dude.
Yeah,
I
but
fucking love
I got some
it.
of the token. I want to be involved. Yeah, and it's basically anyone who's on Sui and is actually working and building and doing things, and like you gotta put your money where your mouth is, right? Support them, because we don't know which ones are
chill.
going.
I'm a one coin type of man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think it loses validity if I'm out there shilling 5, 6 other coins. Like,
Oh,
who
yeah,
am I
for
as
sure.
a, you know what I mean? But last wheels are a little bit different, man. I think, especially first of its kind on Sui, from again what I know, that's baller, dude. I love it.
Yeah, man.
Well, shill Sui itself, shill the network. We need to get more people on this awesome technology.
When Sui rises, so do we. That's exactly what I go with.
Yep. Exactly.
So I think we should wrap it up, guys, because it's almost 3 hours, and people might not want to watch the whole video.
True.
But every Thursday, same time, I'm gonna add another space every Tuesday for I'm not sure what time it's gonna be, but it'll be to facilitate the people that are on the other side of the planet, like in England and stuff like that. And if any of the projects ever want to have a space dedicated just for them only, I will do that anytime, always for free. Just let me know ahead of time. So thank you guys for attending. Thanks, Glenn, and everyone else that was listening here. Jaeger, Blue Kill, Richard Barnes, even Sui Dex is here, the horse, hanging out, ready to blast off in victory. Dunny, Aquashock is my second biggest bag out of everything besides Sui Trump. And thanks for coming, Glenn. And if anyone else doesn't have anything else to say, when everyone's done, I'll close the space.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks to everyone. Aquashock is very excited to be on SuiDex. I'm excited for the last tutorial videos of Richie to come out, and then for the countdown timer to be launched this weekend, and then the SuiDex launch should not be too much further after that. For the tutorial videos, I went to Crypto Mischief's YouTube channel. I put them on double speed, and then I just blasted through all those tutorial videos, and now I know what's going on.
You're a fucking legend, Dunny. Legend.
Yeah, but
Awesome. Yeah, you're gonna like it when I get into the complex strategies. Like I think I've got 5.
I'm excited for that.
They're pretty wild. Yeah.
The locker one is what I'm looking forward to, because that's what Adony wants to know about. So I need to give him that info.
Nice. Okay, catch you later, guys. Thanks very much for tuning in to the stream, everyone, and we will see you in the next one. I'll be in touch over the weekend. Bye-bye.
And come to the Sui Trump